Good evening, Sam.
Good morning, Mallory.
And welcome back to Nobody Leaves, a podcast where every now and again I get to make Sam go all in and dive into something for the course of 6 months. And this time I have made Sam watch Dimension 20 Fantasy High seasons 1 through 3. Those crazy kids are juniors now, and Sam has watched them growing up and seen all their trials and tribulations, and now he's here to report back about how much he's fallen in love with this beloved series. Sam, take it away.
I remember when my little boy Gorgug had to sing a song to go into a rage, you know? All those memories of, they grow up so fast, but also the show took like 6 years to produce, and I watched it in 3.5 months.
You got Gorgug. Sam, I'm very excited to get your reactions to this show. Obviously, you've had, we still talk. We've had little reactions throughout, but Dimension 20 is something that is deeply, deeply meaningful to me. A really, really important and good show. Something I listen to a lot because I am a big podcast hound. I spend a lot of time drawing and doing mundane tasks, and I have a hard time focusing without someone talking to my ear, and these are some of my favorite people to have talking to my ear over and over again. So I've seen these front to back a lot of times, but that's not as interesting as getting what your reactions are to this show. So I'd love to hear just general, across the board, what do you think of Dimension 20, Sam? Don't keep me on pins and needles.
Mallory, I have been teasing you for 6 months about how much I dislike this podcast. It occurs to me that you did find a way to sneak in another thing that we've not done before on the show. We've never reviewed a podcast. We've done video games. Persona 5 wasn't the first one, but Fantasy High is without a doubt the first podcast we reviewed for our podcast,
or
where
actual
we review
play
things.
Show,
Yeah.
Long form thing. Yeah.
I don't even know if calling it a podcast is correct, but yeah, actual form play. I know they have other shows that are more podcast related. Here I am talking about form, but how can I not? Because this is a new art form that, Critical Role, who are they? Never heard of them. Mallory, this has been a delightful experience, It took me some time to warm into it, but over the course of 3 seasons of Fantasy High, I have even more of an appreciation for D&D, despite having played 6 D&D campaigns, mostly with you. One of which I have the art book that we made for behind me. Shout out to the Riddler's Galaxy. I've now learned that you just rip off a bunch of stuff from Dimension 20, and that's great. I know your secrets.
Look, I learned how to DM partially from watching shows like this. Did I get a little, foam off of the top of the mug?
Yeah.
Did I scoop a little? Maybe we can. But
this D&D podcast does chocolate and peanut butter. That's a good idea.
This is not a place where we shame me for my past mistakes.
But what is high school if not a place to be shamed and to be comfortable being shamed by your friends? Sometimes you're doing a pirouette and you shit on your teacher. Sometimes that happens. Dimension 20. Where to start? Where to start?
I gotta hear just what you think about, because if I'm correct, this is the first time you're watching any kind of actual play thing or committing to watching.
I've never committed to one. Yes, I've gotten 10, 15 episodes into a handful of D&D podcasts over the years and just shied away from them and been this is not it's fine, but I lose interest, I lose focus. I have difficulty using D&D podcasts as a second screen experience compared to a regular podcast. I'm a big podcast guy. You know this about me. I've been listening to podcasts since an age where it was really weird to be the guy listening to podcasts. We're talking 12, 13, and it's you listen to a podcast? Are you an adult? Do you do your taxes while you do it? I like the medium a lot. I like listening to people jaw in my ear. It is easily something I do as well in my day-to-day plugging away at spreadsheets, you know, listening to the sacred texts, in this case, the adventures of the Eggford Academy bad kids. It's cozy, but something about it being in a like D&D format, and there's a lot of, in the past with other shows I've listened to, there's a lot of strife there, right? There's a lot of like not cut for time but should be cut for time, like people doing math, people not knowing how systems work.
Right.
And I would say that this is frictionless. Like it just moves. There's very little like awkward pausing, awkward breaking. It is always going at 100 miles an hour. Someone's running a bit, like two players are running a bit in a corner while the DM, Brendan Lee Mulligan, I'm gonna call him Brandon so many times. Brendan Lee Mulligan is like prepping the most complex, not that complex, but the most well crafted, like exactly meeting the players where they are, like D&D experience. It is truly special. I see why this is so highly rated. I see why it is like the number 1 or number 2 actual play show. I'm very impressed by it.
I'm very glad to hear that. Yeah, I think that editing is certainly such a huge contributor, and I think that so many D&D podcasts, even ones that I'm like super fond of and like familiar with, like they do really get stuck in the weeds of like kind of waffling around trying to figure out what the rules are and remember, and yeah, like doing math and weighting and stuff like that in a way that I think this is so like bam 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 cut. There are times like having re-listened to so many seasons, like I will catch little things where it's like, oh, if I kind of re-listen to this part, I can hear like a different conversation happening, like quieter, and I can tell like, oh, they've just like turned down the mics on these two people that are having a boring conversation so that they can put the focus on these two people who are like doing a bit.
So that anyone can assume the role of joke sniper and just like
yes,
make an unfunny situation funny, like just in the background.
Yeah, or just vamp for time, which I will say, to these performers' credit, and not to credit everything to editing, I think that Sophomore Year, which is like their one and only like live streamed season that they ever tried doing, is like still extremely listenable, even without the help of like cuts and like all that kind of stuff, and them kind of having to stall.
Much more than I expected.
Yeah. And I think that is to their credit. Like they are very good at like, okay, Brennan has just like gone into like hyper focused math, like the Sherlock like equations are like appearing in front of him. He's just trying to figure something out.
He's thinking about a system that's going to be set up for a battle that's happening an episode from now, and he's like, "Yeah, I can allow you to."
Yeah,
I can allow you to do that.
Really
like,
good
and in that half-second pause, Emily Axford has disguised self and is now runs a women talking about women podcast, and it's like, wait, what happened? Is that a bit? Is that a real thing now? I guess so. Roll for it. Yes, they're all very funny. It's like I've listened to podcasts with funny people in the past, right, who try and do a D&D thing, and even if it's like a one-shot, I think it helps that they're all very funny and that the majority, a good ratio of them, are very used to D&D, right?
Yes.
You don't want them to all be used to D&D because then the audience kind of gets left behind, and I didn't have that experience generally because also I have experience with D&D and things like Baldur's Gate 3, but even if I was, I think having someone like Allie there who was experiencing D&D for the first time adds to the experience of freshman year, right? Like there's some nervousness around the board that adds to the comedy, adds to the tension, adds to the like theme of a bunch of like freshman kids, adventurers like meeting each other.
Absolutely. And I think it's really good as well. Something I appreciate in that freshman year structure is, like the way Murph is like helping Allie with stuff when they don't understand the rules and stuff like that, and like how kind and professional everyone is being about it, I think is really good, especially like considering the time it came out. Like D&D was still like the D&D boom of it becoming much more mainstream and not like this kind of like relegated hobby was still happening, and it, I think, is a very good example for the image of what D&D has been for so many years, of like this insular, like you're gonna get caught, like it's kind of like a trap, like you need to remember
Mm-hmm.
everything and you're gonna get called out for being an idiot and not knowing it or something like that. Like I think that kind of stuff being caught on camera is a very good antidote, I think, for a lot of people that have a lot more of a rigid idea of how things are supposed to go, whether it's someone who's nervous about joining a D&D group or it's someone who's running D&D in a way that is, just a way for them to power trip, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I think is good.
I've been doing some
But yeah,
reading on the D&D boom, and it's weird to do reading about things that like you lived through, right? Because
right.
I remember D&D becoming more in vogue when we were like getting close to getting out of high school, right? And I know that we
Hmm.
ran some one shots at that time, and
Yeah.
that was a fun good time, but it was still like tools like Roll20 and D&D Beyond were either in their infancy or not around, and so it was still a lot of pen and paper, and it's very
Mm.
intimidating, right? Learning 5e, um, but it then became so mainstream within like a 4 year period. Like I look up and suddenly I'm behind, and I'm not really used to that for things that are this niche and nerdy because that's kind of the space that I live in. Uh,
Right.
Everyone else gets the sports. I want to have the pen and paper, you know.
Yeah.
Getting real high school about it in terms of the mentality. Obviously now,
Hell yeah.
2026, everyone's a nerd and it's not special and it's boring. Everyone's got their own niches and silos or what have you. But back then, even only 6, 10 years ago, it definitely felt more underground. And obviously, like this show, Critical Role, Stranger Things, like there was just this nexus point where suddenly it's cool and interesting and exciting and also becoming way more accessible with things like online tools, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, it is such a interesting and cool thing to document. And yeah, I think actual play is such a cool thing to have branched out from it as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's makes it really accessible. Dimension 20, like there's a continued focus on like they will have seasons that are so nitty gritty, and then they will have seasons that are like super like welcoming, like
Right.
Dungeons
Like
and
we're gonna get some drag
Dragons.
show
Yeah,
folks to like come in who have never played D&D and go like, "Here we go." And then they'll fall in love with the format while everyone falls in love with their comedy, right? Like it's a whole different.
totally. And it's good for people who would just follow those drag queens anyway to get introduced to D&D like that. There's similar. They did one with like WWE people,
Mhm.
like a little while ago. They're like wrestling in like ancient Greece and stuff like that against like Zeus, Big Z. Um, so there's a lot of really cool stuff like that, and I appreciate the show a lot for the structure it takes. But Sam, we gotta get into it.
Well, I was gonna say Fantasy High itself is fascinating, just in like an internet history thing of being like, there's so much time happens between each season, right?
Mhm.
And as someone who doesn't follow Dropout very closely, it's fascinating to be like, okay, well, I know this is the COVID season, and I know this is the first season, and then I get to junior year, and I'm like, season 2023? What? like I know about Dropout, but I don't know about Dropout, and a whole lot of internets happened in the background that I've just not seen, and so it's fun to see like this cast grow. The production values obviously change dramatically for good and bad reasons because of good and bad reasons. Um,
Mhm.
it's been a fun pool to like dive straight into the deep end of.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So speaking of diving into that pool, I'm trying to get wet, Sam. So we gotta get in deep, and that's why I'd love to hear you run through these players. I think that
Okay.
they are six of the funniest, coolest people that I follow on Instagram, and you gotta appreciate and love each and every one of them. Uh,
Hmm.
Wherever you want to start, I think that you should be steering the ship for giving me your takes on each of the players. I will also follow, obviously, with my own feelings. And yeah, like not only players but also their characters in Fantasy High, which are the only characters you have experienced them as in this
Yes.
format.
I have not seen anyone play other characters other than I did dip my toes just a little bit into like some compilations to see some funny
Mm.
bits and banters that are from different seasons. And yeah, it's really weird seeing Zach Oyama like be mean, but not the like I'm a puny barbarian mean, like be actually mean as a character and being like that's not my Gorgug. Um,
Can I just shout out the newest season that they're doing,
mhm,
where they're doing like What We Do in the Shadows?
mhm.
Zakoyama, 50 fucking years, 50 fucking years, so good.
I'm like, why is Emily Axford doing like a New York accent? I don't understand the context of any of this. Oh, I need 20 hours more to understand this. Okay.
Yeah.
Um, but also it's really approachable, right? Because they're doing.
Mm.
I know that a few of the other shows have multiple seasons, right? Like I imagine the New York one
Yeah.
does.
There's the New York one, Unsleeping City, has
Hmm.
2, and then Crown of Candy has like a kind of like prequel
Right,
season
like a season
at the
and a
end where I
half
met
kind of deal.
Mercer.
Yeah.
So, but I think the other seasons have not. They, in general, they've like said pretty frequently that they are always wanting to like explore new
Hmm.
territory, so they try to avoid sequels. So like I think that's a big part of why there was such a big break between season. Like they'll do season 2 as like a fun bonus thing. Like season 2 of Unsleeping City was a like COVID thing because they couldn't leave their houses. They're like, okay, we'd
Right.
rather do this online than like do all the setup for like a brand new season and do that online. Um, but yeah, like it took them a long time to be like, okay, we want to come back to the story. We have enough ideas and we all feel like ready. um,
Hmm.
yeah, in a way that a lot of their kind of feelings about it afterwards, they said, was very like, yeah, we wrapped it up, we finished it. Like uh season 2 is a lot of like loose ends, and season 3 is like a lot of like, okay, here's a brand new story about these characters in a way, I
Hmm.
think. But yeah, sorry, that was a side tangent.
No, I understand. I have another side tangent. I know we're trying to get to the players and the
Yes,
characters.
hit me,
Um,
hit me.
in terms of like these people, like I have seen, because I'm a person who's on the internet, I have seen
Mm,
some game changer. I've seen some make some noise, always in out of context clips, right? Make
right.
some noise, obviously, because the format of this other Dropout show being super bite sized, being really reelsable, shortsable, TikTokable, what have you. Like
Hmm.
I was aware of like Sam Reich and the people he tortures on a daily basis going into this show, and I'd seen a little bit of Brendan and Zach and Allie and Lou Wilson, but I hadn't. The two people who were pretty much brand new to me going into this, or the three people I should say, uh, Saban. So how do you say her name?
Shab-
Shaban.
Shaban.
Shiban.
Shaban is how you pronounce it. Shaban.
Shaban. Shaban
Yes.
Thompson.
Yes.
And the power couple, Brian Murphy and Emily Axford. Those, so I was half the cast and Brendan I was familiar with, and then those three were kind of new to me, right?
Hmm.
Uh, who would you like me to start with at that cast?
Do I choose? I feel
Yeah,
like
you
you
choose. Go
should.
for it. You want me to roll
Okay.
for it?
Well, I mean, the elephant in the room. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
the two
You
horns on
really
your
want
head
me
that
to
you just
talk
can't
about
ignore.
Fabian, is what you're saying. Yeah, no, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
All right. Let's hear it. What's going on with Fabian?
Here, look. How about this? Evens, Fabian. Odds,
One.
Fig. How's that sound? And you won't be able to see the
Yes.
results because my camera is in a fixed position. But I'll have to honor, you know, honor it, honor the cock, honor the roll.
Honor the cock. We honor the cock in this house.
It was 16. So I forgot what I said. Evens
I
is
also.
good.
No, you said
Okay.
Evans Fabian. So it's
Evens
Fabian.
Fabians. Stay
Yeah.
winning. What's not maximum cool? What's the thing in Junior
Maximum
Year?
Legend.
Maximum Legend.
just ruin every piece of fan art of Fabian. Is like you just see this artist like try to fit this like it's in Roboto, and they're trying to fit this like tattoo on his neck. It's so
Oh
fucking funny.
God. The the neck tattoo, the grandfather clock tattoo, the Pac-Man with a ghost foot tattoo. I think I want to start with Fabian just because I think Lou Wilson is absolutely the performer who like instantly understood the assignment. Um,
Mm,
he knows his character so immediately. He makes me laugh every time he speaks. Uh, and Fabian obviously like has his moments throughout all the seasons where like he has more attention and less attention. He has more to do and less to do, and that's true of all of them. I cannot believe
mm,
how all six of these people managed to be the main character at some point, and it feels like authentic and organic and what have you. Like I was sitting there going like, oh yeah, I guess Gorgug didn't have anything to do this season. Oh wait, he had this whole thing, and he had his own rivalry, or he had this, a long running
yeah.
bit that was one of the strongest bits of the season. And that's true for all of them. Um,
Mm-hmm.
Fabian's bits uh, were what spoke to me immediately, right? Being such a daddy's boy, being super overconfident, super posh. Every time he says "papa," I just want I just a big smile comes across my face, and I am just thrilled. Like it, Fabian felt the most realized immediately, by definitely having the least going on. Being really surface level, and that being his character trait. And I think that worked really well in the early episodes of freshman year, and then just got better and better as Fabian continued to take a beating through the world and the story.
Yeah, no, absolutely. He's so set up to fail in every interaction. Like he's always
Hmm.
gonna step on the rake, and have it hit him in the face. Like that is that character. I think of the cast, like Lou is definitely the most. He's been in like movies and stuff. He's definitely the most like. I mean, they've all been in stuff. Not to belittle the careers of the other people, but like he is the most like actor is my goal. Like I'm trying to do stuff like that. Obviously, he's a very talented comedian and does that as well, and they're all
Are
really
you
good
telling me we're going to be
comedians. But
watching The
like,
King of Staten Island on this podcast? Is that what you're telling
I'd
me?
love to. I would
Okay,
love to,
great.
but
Have
I
you
think
seen that
that
movie because Lou Wilson's in it? This is a Mallory like soul check, real quick.
I haven't seen it, but I have
Okay.
wanted to watch it for a long time because Lee Wilson's in it.
Okay, there we
Um,
go.
it's like I think others have been in movies. It's just like um,
He feels
a
Hollywood,
lot
and
of
that's not in a bad way. Like he feels just
yeah.
like effortlessly funny. Like his he's so sharp in the comedy,
Hmm.
in a way that like the power couple is so sharp in the D&D play of it all. Like they come up with the
Mm.
funniest thing to do in the gameplay, talking about Emily and Murph. Uh, but he Lou Wilson just makes me smile and laugh. And the best thing he does is it's a very SNL trait to
Yeah.
be super committed and also unable to stop laughing. And so when you get to like Fabian having like panic attacks and having like his entire world falling apart for various different reasons, Lou playing that very manic is maybe the hardest I laughed throughout the entire show.
Yeah, no, he's so good at it, and you
Hmm.
can really see like what tickles him and him like chasing that. Like he will just rocket out at him 100 miles per hour. So funny. Are you aware that Lou is currently the presenter for Jimmy
For
Kimmel
Jimmy
Live?
Kimmel, yes, I've actually
Yeah.
I saw a bit he did semi recently, probably like 4 weeks ago,
Hmm.
where he was talking about Hollywood Boulevard, and it was like a man on the street thing. It felt very Daily Show, and it was a very
Mm.
good bit where he was just like, it was, not dropping the bit of going like, isn't Hollywood Boulevard so amazing? And everyone he's talking to is like pissing in the street, and it's just like, this is American culture, and this is LA at its finest. Uh, it was weird seeing like someone who I think of and know of as an internet celebrity more be in the role of like a Daily Show correspondent equivalent, right? Like
Right.
it felt like I was watching like a Samantha Bee or a Colbert or John Oliver or something, and it's weird. It's Dropout is at such a weird intersection of internet and like um not stand up, in improv, like, right, the different improv troops, and like you either go to SNL or I guess you go to Dropout now. Um,
Mm-hmm.
and or you go to like Adam Ruins Everything, which I know there's a lot of crossover there. I did some research. I read some Wikipedia
Okay,
pages.
cool. Yeah, I'd been kind of like saving these fun facts about
Hmm.
like each of their careers.
Well, I didn't know
I'll
for
see if
a
I could
long
get you.
time. I probably got through all of freshman year before you told me that Emily Axford and Murph are married, and I was like, "What?"
Yeah, no, it's not immediately telegraphed or obvious, and they've very clearly made that decision with their characters that they're
Hmm.
kind of separate in that way.
I like that they sit on
Um,
like opposite ends of the table from each other, but then once you know, you see them always like watching what the other's doing and being very supportive. It's very sweet and cute.
yeah, no, it is adorable. Yeah, no, very cool. Well, Fabian's awesome.
Hmm.
His character arc is very cool. I
Yes,
think we'll get more into that
we'll get
as we
more
go
into
through the
that. Yeah.
seasons. Um, but I would love to hear. I'm just gonna like go around the circle. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on Siobhan Thompson.
Siobhan Thompson. Uh, Siobhan Thompson, probably the player and character at Ein that took me the longest to appreciate. Um, I I think that Saban, whose name is really hard to
Siobhan.
pronounce, Shaban. I think that Shaban really like feels the most realized deep into the show, right? Like I love some stuff with her in sophomore year. I love some stuff with her, a lot of stuff with her in junior year. But early on, it felt the most tropey in a way I didn't enjoy in terms of her character arc or
Mm,
whatever. Like the put upon like younger sister, outcast of the family from a rich home but doesn't get any love. Like those are things that I've seen before. It felt the most like the John Hughes inspiration that the show was going for. So like I can't blame the player or the game or what have you.
right.
Um, but I didn't really start connecting with that character until Aelwyn became more of a driving focus, which doesn't really happen properly until sophomore year. We'll get to it. She does make me laugh. I like her ability to be like to deadpan like explain what's going on and be like, okay, so that's how the system works. Okay, I understand. Uh, and that rule works like this. Okay, like to take the way she plays it, like all the stupid elf politics or all the stupid like egg fort like rules and bylaws or what have you. She's the best at making you realize how insane something is by just restating it in a deadpan kind of way. And I think that that really, as the world gets more fleshed out and as the characters and relationships get more well known, I think that that works really well.
Yeah, she's a definitely very necessary part of the group, and she is
Hmm.
often like playing the straight man in that
Hmm.
sense. Like I think that she is like a lot of the time like a lot of bits are enhanced by her simply reacting to them like normally, I think.
Yes, I feel like she
Um
has a very
yeah.
similar playstyle to Zakoyama and Gorgug, and they both serve a
Mhm.
similar purpose of being kind of straight men characters amongst the crazier characters and things happening.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Which I will also say is very much a trait of Gorgug and Adine more than it is these performers. Like they absolutely go in some like weird, wacky
Mm.
ways in like different seasons. And will have me laughing a lot.
But
But yeah,
it
no, I do.
it
I love the.
deepens the longer it goes. The longer the show goes, both of those characters like rose
Mm,
in my admiration for them. And I'm going to tell you right now, Mallory, I have ranked all the intrepid heroes for each season, and we'll get into that at the end,
I'm
or we'll get
so
it,
excited.
as we go through the actual seasons.
Absolutely. I'm so ready. But yeah, before we do that, we gotta finish circling around. So
We've only
tell
gotten
me
two. We're at
about
two of the
Gorgug.
six. We're making progress here.
Tell me about Zakoyama. Tell me about Gorgug.
Gorgug. What can I tell you about Gorgug? Zakoyama, it felt like for a season and a half would say like the five funniest words in an episode, and it might be the only time he talks. But god damn it, did I not find myself walking around going like, my van is a boat, my boat is a van. Like, just like thinking it to myself. He's so good at like one-off comments, like, I'm the kid playing in the corner that no one is listening to, but if you did pay attention, you'd be like, what is happening with this guy? Why are his parents gnomes? Like, what's going on?
The serious deliver an all-timer for me is just the serious, like, I've been feeling really down, and I was just, no, it's stupid. No, what is it? No, it's just, when we get on the boat, if you could all call me the skipper, it would just really mean a lot to me.
Yeah, him the again, I can't, the everything with the van boat is like when his character really started unlocking for me, but just the like him coming into his own, but in a way that is just not, by being on a wavelength that is no one else is on character wise. It's just such good role playing. Like, to me, he's the, even though he's not always in the action, and if there is like an odd man out for the first few seasons of like not getting the focus of the story, it might be Gorgug, but
Yeah.
that's okay because he's the player and the performer most likely to make you like spit your drink out.
He's very comfortable in a support role, and
Yes,
you know,
which is
he's
a really
not.
good talent.
It truly is, and it really enhances it. Like, it's, you know, he's not having like a tearful parting with his dad, and he's not like getting revenge on his father's killer. He's not like changing the nature of reality, but he's just always trucking along there, and you need a Gorgug. Everyone needs a Gorgug.
Yeah.
It's said a lot. I feel like extremely good. But we got to keep circling around. I want to skip Emily because she's the best one. So let's talk
Okay.
about Allie Beardsley.
Allie Beardsley. Uh, de facto main character, arguably, of Dimension 20.
Yes.
Easily the most time spent with Kristen Applebee's. Like Lou Wilson and Fabian, immediately had like a very clear, like, you know exactly what this character's arc's going to be, right? Like, I think maybe the strongest of the early, talking episode 1, so, 60 episodes ago or what have you, the like meeting with the parents and the tie-dye shirt and the trying to convert your friends to your religion on the first day of class, seeing a version of the character in her brother in junior year, and that being an amazing, being like, is this how I was 2 years ago? Like, just perfect.
Mm-hmm.
I would say if there's any moments in Dimension 20 where I get like it feels a little repetitive is when we're on like the third Dead God storyline, and I'm like, okay, this is a lot of cleric talk again, but it's nothing to do with their performance. Like, instant classic, like understood the assignment, and it's very, very funny. And we talked about this earlier, but I'm just super impressed with how they were coming into these systems for the first time, and not in a way where they're like, what is this stupid shit, but in a way where it's like, the joke's on me because I don't know how things work, but I'm gonna turn it around and kind of torture Brennan at the same time. Just perfect. Like, excellent.
They do have one of my favorite dynamics with Brennan of the table. Like, there is a
Maybe the
real
best, if not for
thesis
Emily.
antithesis type of, like, it's so sweet because they do clearly connect on this level of like philosophy and like themes. Like, I think Brendan has said this explicit in an interview, but it's something I've always said, is like Allie really like narrows down on themes more than anyone else, like, in no matter what season it is that they're doing.
I think that is accurate.
And has a lot of resurrecting a dead god moments in other seasons, just because of like the way, like, that's what they chase and that's how they play. Like, they're trying to have a discussion about like, what is the story about? Like, what are we saying here? Which is really, really cool.
Right. And always meets the moment when it comes time to have a very complex conversation about morals and reincarnation and what is your purpose, and not living up to the moment, right? Like so much of
Mm.
the Kristen character arc is failure and how that is transformed into a strength, right? And is it the deepest thing I've ever experienced in a story? No. Is it really impressive that they pulled this off in like a live actual play show? Like absolutely.
It's cool, man. I like it a lot. And yeah, also shout out trans people. I think that I've mentioned this to Sam off air before, and I'm
Hmm.
definitely not the first person to say this, but Ali was a huge inspiration to me, like figuring out my identity, coming out. I think one of the huge things they did for me was like publicly transitioning. I think was
Hmm.
like really influential to me. It's something I kind of ended up doing, like in terms of being a teacher that was like going to like 5 different schools at the time. Like it was a whole community, or 10 at the time actually, that I was transitioning. It was a whole community of people that were like watching me like not figure it out for a little while until I did figure it out. And I think Ali was an inspiration to me of being like, yeah, you can just like show like, yeah, I'm transition like I'm just in the middle of it. Um,
I think we had an
yeah,
Allie Beardsley conversation like the night you came out to me. So obviously
yeah,
the most important performer in this conversation for that reason alone.
absolutely. And then also just the like a huge thing of Ali is just like, or in my perspective, being an influence on me was being like a trans person that could hang, because I think so much, and this is not broadly true of trans people. I think this is a like negative stereotype that's weaponized against honestly queer people in general. That's like, oh, they're all like like
Mm.
criticize everything, like or fucking nerds and nitpicking or whatever. Like just being a trans person that's chill and fun to be around and vibing, I think was like a big image shift for me of like, oh, like you can still be cool.
I think
Which
I think
yeah.
that like Trent listen, white cis man with no need to be talking about any of
Here he
this. In
goes.
pride it's
Here he goes.
Pride month while we're recording. Like are you putting me out on the planks to am I walking the planks right now a little bit? But I think the in terms of what you're saying, there's this overrepresentation of trans people talking about trans issues because a lot of people have only interacted with trans people through the internet, right? In terms of like
Right.
a trans creator, right? And often that creator will then talk about their life and talk about their transition and be an advocate or be forced into that role, right? Where they are
Right.
not allowed to hang because the weight of so many different things are being put upon them instead.
What
Um,
was the thing you were saying about the hood before, the meme of like the socioeconomic conditions of
it is in fact not all good in the hood sometimes, and the socioeconomic problems of the hood do persist, or whatever the old meme is. This
yeah,
also happens
that
with
that can be
like
the case for trans
this can be the case
people
for
where
trans people, for all kinds of minority creators. It is not fair that people put those kind of because it's the classic like if you don't talk about it or you're not doing enough support. If you talk about it too much, are you considered someone who like can't hang or what have you? And I
yeah.
think as people were becoming more aware, like as transgenderism as a thing was becoming more broadly accepted and popular, what have you. Obviously, long way to go. Every caveat imaginable, just attach it to this
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
conversation.
yeah.
But
No transphobia, just blanket on the
yes, just put a
in
big
the way that
banner. You put one on the top and the bottom. Just like let's cover
yeah.
all our bases here. Um, it it is very. I don't want to say refreshing because it makes it sound like I'm like, oh, all these stuck up trans people, and then finally a
It's
good one comes along. That's not what you're saying. That's not what I'm saying. But I get
right.
what you mean about someone who's able to talk about it, but it not be the only thing they talk about. Be in that transitionary period and be open and about and not like hiding away, right? Like I understand that that's like an instinct for some people or that's just what their journey requires at times. And then I've seen more transitions like Allie Beardsley over time, where it used to not be the case, right? It used to have to be like, or people used to treat it like it had to be like a switch flip.
Yeah. No, absolutely. And I think the increased acceptance of trans people allows people exploring their gender, allows people to not have to hide and like move addresses and cut off everyone they ever
Mm-hmm.
knew, which is what I thought that I was gonna have to do.
Are the banners
Um,
still there? We're still covered. Do you want
yeah,
banners as
yeah,
well? Like
absolutely.
I'm doing so much editing work for you. This is unfortunate. Um,
I don't need any banners, you know. I have the freedom of speech, and if you find that transphobic, well, maybe stop being so sensitive. So that's my that's kind of my take.
deal
You're
with
not
it,
transphobic,
snowflake. You
but
know.
I'll do and say whatever I damn please. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I
Well,
think
so
yeah, no.
getting
Oh,
back
sorry,
to
go ahead.
Dimension 20 a little bit,
Yeah.
I found it pretty refreshing that they didn't feel that the creators of the game, Ali themselves, did not feel the need to have Kristen go on that same journey, right?
Mm,
Even
yeah.
though Kristen is a lesbian character, is LGBT positive, obviously, like there wasn't a need for it to mirror one to one the player and the character.
Yeah, I will say, and like maybe we'll get more into it in like the other in the discussion. I would say
I
like
know.
Ali has committed very much to like representing like a bunch of queer identities in every
Mhm.
character. Like second character they played on D20 was like a trans man, and then I think they which felt like them like exploring and discussing that side of their even though they're not a trans man, like a trans mass
I
person, like
Right. I read a whole
showing
quote
that
about
side.
that, about like
Mm.
allowing them to explore gender even before they were ready to do it as publicly, but doing it through D&D, which is amazing.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's extremely cool. And something that I also did. Shout out Venus Mars, my like one of my first D&D characters that I got to play, and I was like, I'm gonna be a pink frilly pop star, but that's just because I'm so
That's
funny.
just because I'm
Um,
wacky and weird. Don't read into it. Don't read
just kind
into
of
it.
being funny. Yeah, and then yeah, like Ali, you know, doing that, but in a very cool way that's exploratory. But they've played a trans woman, they've played
Hmm.
like asexual characters, they've played non-binary characters, they've played a gay old man. Uh, that's really funny. That is just the like I can't, we can't get into every single character. But I will. The one thing I will say is like I do feel Kristen arcing in that direction. I do kind of have a
I
little
think.
bit of a personal bias. Like,
Mm,
it would be so cool if like Kristen ended up like coming out with the flavor of trans like in the next.
I think that would be fine. I'm happy it didn't
Mhm.
happen like freshman to sophomore year, right? Or it wasn't like
Right.
the focus of sophomore year or something. I thought that there was a lot of restraint given to that character in that arc. Like I would say that Kristen, the character, has like maybe the subtlest arc of the 3 seasons.
Yeah, I appreciate what you mean there. It's like they didn't have to rush Kristen to catch up with them because Kristen
Right.
started as them way back in time being like a repressed like you know evangelical kind of like Christian
You're picking up exactly
evangelical
what
in
I'm
the
putting
sense of
down.
evangelizing. Yeah, yeah, exactly. But then rather than suddenly rush Kristen's character arc to like be coming out as non-binary, it's like no, like she's still figuring things out and has taken a hard like mask turn
Yes.
in
As she becomes a
junior
bodybuilder,
year.
and I was like, when did that happen? What did I miss? Like, what's going on? But
You
in a,
missed nothing. Christian
I know.
just showed up swole.
I was like,
I think it was
is this the art they were using last season? I don't think that's the case. Didn't like what happened?
I think it was. I might be wrong because I was rewatching sophomore year and they mentioned something about like increasing Kristen's intelligence,
I
but
noticed everyone's stats increased at the end of sophomore
yeah, I
year in
assumed
the
it
Nightmare
was.
Forest, but I was like, did she become strong? Did she get strength increases? I don't think that was what happened.
Yeah, that's what I assumed. It was like a strength increase because they didn't want to increase Kristen's dex,
No, never.
which is really funny. Never untouchable stat, the best stat in the game. Yeah, really, really good. We spent a lot of time on Ali, which they deserve because they're the best. But I would love to hear your thoughts on Brian Murphy.
Brian Murphy. It's amazing to have another DM at the table.
Mm,
I like it fits the Riz character so perfectly, but Brian Murphy is so clearly like a rules lawyer in the best way, where he and Brennan are like having entire conversations with just like a look and a brief conversation about like bonus actions, and I just love it.
Mm.
I love how these six people all round each other out, and his unbelievable knowledge of the game, and him and Brennan being in like an arms race to not break his scenarios or try and break his scenarios is pretty incredible, and I think culminates really well in the Ragnarok lava shenanigans in junior year, but also in like
So cool.
the tabaxi investigations in sophomore year, just always poking and prodding and finding ways to find out information early, um, and applying that to a really nerdy, like, I wear a fedora and a trench coat to school because I am trying to be like a detective. Pretty excellent.
Uh, the intro to I don't want to
Giving
get
out
so
business
deep, but
cards.
yet,
Giving out business cards, such an
yeah,
amazing bit.
amazing.
Like, that's carried through the entire season. Just excellent.
The introduction of another kid that's like a fighter pilot in season 3, I think really underlines how weird Riz is or was to be a 14-year-old detective, like dressed as a detective handing out business cards. It really like
Yes, there's so many mirrors. Obviously, season 3 is like the Bizarro mirror episode with the or season with the rat grinders, and also just
yeah.
like, but also just so many other random people at the school. Um, yeah, I it Riz is something special. I Not my favorite of the six character wise, but I love having like a mini Brennan in the cast as well as Brennan for when it comes time to like talk mechanics. Adds so much to the combat episodes of Dimension 20.
He's also I think speaking of like straight men in terms of like Shaban playing the straight man, like I think he also does such a good there's such a good thing in junior year of him being so like at wit's end of like
Yes.
the they're coming up with like a fake name for it's for the like their like fake god, and someone just throws out like flowery bowery or something, and he just goes nope.
No.
Just
I
and
think he's the one.
it's so
They're
genuine.
talking to Rog Barkrog's mother, and she's like, I just started guessing random names, and I did like 100. And he was like, yeah, I could see how that plan wouldn't work because, 100 seems like a lot, but then you're guessing
But
all the
it's
names
not
in
that many.
existence, and it's not that many.
Oh, that's really
Riz, the
good.
character, being unable to like not turn off logic brain, I feel very seen and I enjoy it. And there's some other characters that have that a similar feeling to them that resonate with me, maybe more than Riz, but Riz is
Mm,
just is a solid, tool player, just excellent.
absolutely. Very, very, very cool. Um, Now we're finally at the main character of Dimension 20, the star of the
Who's
show,
your
the
favorite,
one we all
Mallory? Out of
came for.
curiosity.
Listen, uh, I love you, Emily Expert. Continue, Sam.
So Figurath Faye, huh? Fig is the character that took me the longest to wrap my head around. I think I made some comments early on in freshman year to you that I'm sure you went, classic sexist Sam, not wanting a woman talk, not letting a woman, have a character arc. Uh, I found the character Fig a little also random for me, which, as you know, and as we've discussed ad nauseum on this podcast,
Mhm,
instantly makes me like it's the black licorice for me. I don't like
mhm,
that. I prefer like a well crafted garden or whatever to a like bazooka, to like crashing the bowl through the china shop. But
mhm.
the unbelievable commitment to that from minute one to junior year and beyond, like, is super commendable. I so came around on it. Fig is hilarious. Emily Exford obviously is incredible. Uh, committing to bad ideas instantaneously and just not doing the thing where it's like, I'm getting what I want, DM show be damned,
Yeah.
But walking right up to that line to where there's a little bit of tension with her and Brennan Lee Mulligan that just adds so much when you get into like a Hilda situation. Um,
Yeah.
Pretty amazing. E- Definitely like most improved for me in terms of enjoyment going from freshman year into future seasons. Like there are characters that I instantly loved, and there are characters that I grew to love. She would be like top of the list in terms of grew to love. Like yeah, there's some really good fig stuff in junior year.
Yeah, I think that I will say like rewatching like freshman year, I do
Mm-hmm.
often get the sense of like there's a lot of like anxiety and paranoia coming from her in a way that feels like we're gonna miss it. Like we're gonna miss it. We're gonna be so stupid and we're gonna get killed in a way that
Mm-hmm.
I think really quickly like melts as they get used to like the format and the seasons and they go
Gonna
through
miss
more and
what?
more.
Like I'm gonna screw up the show, or like what do you mean?
Like that we're gonna lose because we didn't solve the mystery. Like we're gonna
Got it.
get tricked and had or whatever in a way that like ironically Murph is doing that a lot in towards the end of junior year, just being like we're the whole school's on a ship, like he's like losing his shit or whatever, as if they're not gonna
As if it's
save
not
the
gonna all
day.
work out in the end, right?
Yeah, I think she gets a lot more comfortable. At least like my perception of it is, it feels like she kind of settles in for the ride. But she is also just constantly like trying to jerk things around. I think the
It's the
Emily
push
Extra
and
thing
pull,
to
right?
me.
Of like I want to be a
Mm,
disruptor, but also I can tell that her and Murph have like so much D&D experience because like there's
mhm.
clear sympathy there for Brennan Lee Mulligan, and they have to beat that sympathy out of themselves so that the show improves, which it seems contradictory but really works out.
Yeah, something she said in a like really early interview that I remember watching with her, and it's good because Brennan's not in the room, but she was talking about like how she notices like pretty early on about Brennan is that like when she starts getting a little antagonistic and starts turning it into like a players versus DM thing, like she's like I can see him like kind of puff out his chest and be like, okay, you want to like mess around type of thing, and she's like,
I'll come up
that's
with a
very
system for this
funny.
immediately. I'll hold your feet to the fire. I'll make an
Yeah, and it
investigator that's designed to catch you because you keep fucking around with this guy's self.
yeah, it adds so much to the show. It's really appreciated. I feel like also she has this like Sisyphus like rolling a boulder up the hill thing where she comes up with a really she comes up with a plan. She's looking at
Mm-hmm.
her skills and abilities and she's looking at like the plot and she's figuring out like different little strategies. She comes up with a plan. Then she comes up with a really funny joke that's part of the plan. Then
And
when
it
she
makes it
explains
so
it,
much harder.
everyone just fixates on the joke only, and the what the intended thing of the plan was gets completely swept by the wayside
Mm-hmm.
because everyone's just riffing on like, why did you show up at the police station as an old lady?
Her
Like
going in junior year, her going like, "I've wasted my entire season on you" to the rat grinder emo kid. It's just
yeah,
unbelievable.
so funny. She's hilarious. I love Fig. Yeah, good. Really
Mallory,
really
talk a
good.
little bit about your favorites. What your opinions?
I mean, should I rattle through all of them, or you
Yeah,
just
just
wanting
give
me
us
to talk?
some rapid fire. Like, obviously, you have seen these seasons of Dimension 20 and other seasons of Dimension 20 a lot more than I have, and you have
Mm-hmm.
your opinions have matured over time. Where I'm fresh in it. But like, what do you want people to know about your feelings about this cast?
uh, I mean, I think that almost all of the arcs have like really affected me emotionally in one way or another. Um, I almost want to save that for the season stuff because I think that there are like highlights of each of the characters like throughout.
Mm-hmm.
But like 100% of like credits of the show like easily. There's some really really good stuff. But yeah, I mean they're all really funny. I think I got my general feelings out. Yeah, like I think like anything else is gonna be like
As we were
deep
talking about it.
talks about Fabian's Dark Night of the Soul, or like Fig's identity crisis, or honestly Gorgug having a fucking manipulative teacher that's an asshole to him. I think like all of that stuff is I want to get into, but I feel like it's so tied to the story and the plot that I'm honestly ready to move on to our season by season breakdown if you are.
Sure. I will give you a little tease. Just a little. I did not generally find myself getting very emotional with this experience, other than comedy, other than gut busting laughs at times,
Yeah.
and some delirious like 2 a.m. I should have gone to sleep hours ago, but here I am playing Baldur's Gate 3, dying in honor mode, listening to a random episode of Dimension 20. I was like full D&D nerd, propeller hat, going. Like, this thing does not spin, by the way. This is a cheap piece of shit. There it goes. That's the best we're going to get.
They're cool and they do the shocker, okay? They're cool and they're for jocks and
I know
Fig
they
does
do
the shocker and
I know
flashes
they do the
everyone.
shocker. She talked about it a lot. She jumped into the lava doing the shocker and it came up and it was in the recap. I know. But all that to say, I did not find myself getting like emotionally connected to any of the arcs for the most part, with one exception, which I will reveal when it comes up organically in the rest of the discussions.
I cannot wait. This is the most. I don't want to know anything in the world other than that right now. So let's plow right through it and let's talk about season 1.
Freshman year.
Give me your thoughts. I think that we had a similar. For me, it was like there's definitely a warming up period, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think that's true. I think we both, as experienced podcast listeners, I think we both know, like, you kind of got to get a feel for, like, the person. You got to kind of get to know their, like, subtleties and stuff.
Listen, you can throw out the first 10, 40, 70 episodes of the Nobody Leaves podcast, but you get to that 75... I think this is going to be 80 range, and then I think it's when we really start.
We haven't recorded episode 80 yet, so that's a little.
Isn't this
worrying.
80? This is 80, is it not? Or no,
I think
it's
this
78.
Is 78.
No,
yeah.
It's 78 because we already recorded 79. We did Boruto early. I'm breaking the fourth wall.
We're gonna get good soon.
We're gonna get good. Boruto's
gonna
gonna
get
good
inspiring
after
soon.
this one, but we've already recorded it. I'm from the future, Chronomancy, bitch. Anyway. First impressions, yes, it does take a while for the players to get that, that warmed up chemistry, what have you, which can only happen through playtime. But my immediate impression of the rest of the show, which is production value, the minis, the art, the Brendan Lee Mulligan of it all, was just blown away by the production value. Especially knowing that this was pre the, like, college humor dropout, we figured it all out, split.
Absolutely. Like, this is them recording in what was later revealed to be, like, a fire marshal came in the middle of, like, season 3, basically, and, like, shut them down because of, like, how dangerous this, like, wooden dome they had built, like, indoors inside an office building was.
But the dome is immediately impressive, right? Like, as set design, and the minis especially, super impressive. Obviously, it goes insane by the time you get to junior year, and then sophomore year is the broke season where Dropout's going out of business and COVID's about to happen. But freshman year, like, I was so impressed with, like, how much camera work is happening, and I obviously didn't, like, glued to the screen watch every single episode, like, video format wise, because I tried, but it is a lot. But what I did watch, I was blown away by that production value piece of it. Like, great background music mixing, great audio mixing, just all that stuff was great out the get-go, and then just only refined over time. Brendan Lee Mulligan, pretty much great out the get-go. Like, I think his world is so well-defined, so immediately. I think making the introduction of the parents be essentially the introduction of each character is just a brilliant piece of storytelling, because you immediately have at least one piece of what makes each of these 6 people tick.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's I think a really good structure that carries through things of having these characters be so important, and like
Hmm.
you're seeing what molded and like created these heroes that you're journeying with, but you're also like a lot of that is being found through like improv and like connections that
Right.
are being like made later. Like Galir obviously was not intended to be what he became.
Of course.
Um and but like him becoming that, and then by season 3 like Fig is having that kind of arc, like I think is a really fun and good way to like structure high school
Hmm.
season, because that's like to a high schooler it's like your parents in the school, like those and your
That's
group
your
of
life.
friends,
Your
these are the
parents, your
most important
friends, your
things to you.
school. Right.
Yeah,
And
that's your whole world. So yeah, and they define so much about their world outside of school. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense to center that, I think.
to get really nerdy for a second, like if I could be anyone in this production, in this cast, I'd want to be Brendan Lee Mulligan, even though it seems really hard. Like I'm
Right.
super impressed with like the economy of the storytelling and like making these scenarios that are always feeding into these super high school but super D&D appropriate like settings and themes, right? Like I think the corn cuties and like fighting the lunch lady being the first real like combat experience is such an amazing like it's very inventive and exciting and uses the setting really well. And I was just that to me was like out the gate what I connected to with freshman year, even if it took me some time to really like dig into the characters themselves, as I just was like so impressed with
Yeah.
like this is a really well thought out structure for a show. And we're talking about Brandon Lee Mulligan. Obviously there's a huge team behind all these people, behind the cameras, making the minis, making the sets, helping with the writing, I imagine at least a little bit.
Yeah,
Um,
they have like writers' rooms for
right.
like every season of Dimension 20. I don't know how much of a writers' room it was for this
Freshman
season, but
year.
I'm sure he ran it by someone, because they were a company
Right.
with no money taking a bet on like his
His baby.
show. But now for sure they have like writers' room, and they will like reference thing, and he will reference people of like, yeah, this person came up with like this idea that was like
Hmm.
influential to how things went.
Yeah, I don't
Yeah.
want to toot Brendan Lee Mulligan's horn too much, but oh my god, this man was put on Earth to be a dungeon master, and
Yeah.
it's very satisfying to me to watch someone so in their element and so successful at it, and not be cocky about it at all, and just yeah, like I will continue to praise him throughout this entire podcast, but I can amazing. We didn't even talk about any of the NPCs that he's made yet, but
Mm.
it's crazy to like step back for a second and be like, yeah, there were like 20 characters in this episode, 6 people each playing one person, and then 14 Brendan Lee Mulligan NPCs. Oh my god. Like, and are
That
some
were
of
like
them one note?
characters
Sure.
that,
Some of them
yeah,
really not.
yeah, absolutely, yeah. I want to talk about, I want to get into the plot a little bit,
Hmm.
but one of the things I wanted to talk about, I mentioned to this day, and I don't know that you fully got my like reference of what I was trying to say about it. um
Hmm.
but fans of anime are familiar with like the quote unquote 3 episode rule.
Sure.
um a rule that I am convinced only is about Madoka Magica, which has a
No,
twist in
it's just the
episode
one
3.
that was. That's the popular example when we were watching anime for the first time. There are a
There's
lot
no
of
other.
shows that improve, that are great in 3 episodes that are confusing in a pilot.
Mm-mm. Uh, I'll believe it when I see, it. But I'm I'm casting a doubt on the
Which had
anime
Atelier, for
community.
example. No.
Yeah, but I think that this to me has a 2 episode rule, not in that like there's nothing good in the first 2 episodes, and not that it immediately like is amazing like after it
No,
passes
but one of
that.
the most iconic period moments in the entire series happens at the end of episode 2. Yeah.
Yeah. I think it is series defining. It defines so much, like apparently Arthur Eckfort was supposed to be the villain, and Brendan killed him off and made him into a protagonist because of like that scene. It was literally him improvising where he's like, "Oh my god, like this show is going to go under if 2 of the characters that we designed this whole story like
are
so much of the
instantly
story is
dead.
built around Kristen's religion, and we have
Hmm.
the minis for Kristen and Gorgug and all this stuff, and yeah, and he's also said like he's like if only one of you died, I probably would have moved on with you having died in the like first episode. Um, but yeah, having two of the characters die in the first fight and him pulling that in like such a way that to me is like like that to me is what separates like the grasshoppers from the fucking wise men, is that you can improvise something like that where the stakes still feel real and the characters are still going to be scared of dying. Like it's like this does have consequences on the plot and the story and everything, and it's not something that you're going to be able to take back. That's so good. I always have
Mallory,
to highlight that moment because yeah.
ka-chink, you've unlocked the first of my categories. I have ranked for every season my rankings of the intrepid heroes, my ranking of their parents, my favorite bits, my favorite fight, my favorite episode, and arguably most important, because it was the hardest to keep track of, because there's some violence in this show. My favorite Brendan Lee Mulligan characters for each season, and in
Hmm.
fourth place out of five, basically for one scene, is Arthur Eggfort. Parentheses in my notes solely for shooting that guidance counselor. When he goes like, "Wouldn't you say so, Mr. Gibbons?" and he goes, "Huh?" and he bang, Mr. Gibbons has been shot. Arthur Eggfort puts the gun under his own chin. Bang, he is shot. The how shocked all the players are, how willing he was to just be like, and that's the end of the episode. Just incredible. To know that it was somewhat unplanned, it feels unplanned because it feels you could feel everyone in the cast being like, "Is this going off the rails? Like, what happened?"
It's fully
Uh,
unplanned. It's
it's
like
a it's a
Eggfort was
testament
not
to
supposed to die.
how good this show is and how amazing this format is. That like that could happen, could work, and could
Hmm.
define so many plot lines for like episodes to come. Just I'm right there with you. Unbelievable.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It's like, yeah, you're still like Ida Eggfort is born from that scene. Like, if that scene
Yes.
doesn't happen, then
There's
Brennan
no
doesn't
Phoenix plot
design a
line. There's yeah.
Phoenix daughter of like Arthur Eggfort like later down the line. So good. I love that I've unlocked one of your categories.
You have.
I'd love to hear the rest of them. But I'm curious, like the overall like plot and story of season one. Like I'm curious
It
what you think of the mystery of like Calvaxis, of the coming of age stories of each of the characters.
totally.
How you feel about it?
I would say this is the season where the overarching plot I care about the least. I think
Hmm.
there's great bits. I think there's amazing character work. Obviously, it's the first time you're meeting iconic characters like a Galir or a Centralin or any of Fig's other parents. But but we're gonna talk about Bill Seacaster. But um, in terms of like there's a lot of talking about Johnny Spells after he's already died. There's a lot of being of the characters not knowing what's going on and waiting on the AV
Hmm.
club and waiting on people to come and attack them. Where I did not, as a first time listener, really feel like I was picking up on the puzzle pieces, and I did not ultimately feel that compelled to want to try to do so because it felt
Mm-mm.
like the players were like the most unmoored in this season, which makes sense because it's the first time they're doing it.
Yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely like I think like a weakness in terms of like them just not being quite in sync yet, and like
Hmm.
understanding how Brennan drops hints and like what to pay attention to, because they're trying their damnedest to
A
figure
hundred
it out,
percent, and it's hard,
but
and it's hard
they're
especially when you're doing it like it's not. This wasn't recorded live, but when you're doing it in the at the table, right? And they're trying to not
yeah.
cheat it and just give them the answer.
Absolutely. And yeah, just not having a bigger, I think it's also, I think later seasons are enhanced by them just like understanding the world so much better because of what happens at the end of season one.
Hundred
Personally, I think.
percent, and also starting each season, each following season with like a clear goal, right?
Yes.
Whereas you spend so much of the first season trying to identify who the bad guy is.
Right. Yeah,
All
no,
you
and
have is
it's
don't trust the
mhm.
teachers and a dead principal and a dead guidance counselor, go, and a missing
Yeah, no, and
babysitter.
it's the missing babysitter is like really the main thing to follow, but it is
Right.
also kind of like a side thing to Calvat. Like they don't rescue the seven maidens. Like that's
Hmm.
like the Sandra Lynn like flies off to the mountains of chaos and frees them.
Right.
It's like, oh, that's where they were. It does get a little bit disjointed. I do think that also probably has to do with how that second episode played out. That I think there is probably
Totally. And
uh
I wouldn't trade that for the
more
world.
murder mystery intent that didn't quite happen. But yeah, no, definitely it is a little twisty and turvy, but it's also, I think I've listened to it so many times that I'm like, oh, this is really interesting. Like
Well,
a little,
even
yeah.
like something as small as having Gorthalax trapped in the gym in season 2,
Hmm.
I'm like more invested because I like Gorthalax and I like that he
Right.
is this weird demon who immediately has like the sex talk with these kids at an ice cream shop. Like compared to like, oh, this character I'm just meeting's babysitter who I suppose is important to him, even though he never really talks about her, right? Like,
Mm-mm. Yeah, no, definitely. I will say I did resonate a lot. Like if I'm talking like emotional character arcs, Kristen Appleby's like I didn't come
totally.
out in high school and I uh wasn't Christian, so I did not quite resonate with her arc as much as I will obviously in like later seasons.
Hmm.
Um and like other characters. I will say like there's three for me. There's the big three in season one. There's Adine, which is like I think the you were saying like she's you've seen her in a bunch of things and yeah like she is just kind of the Hermione Granger, but like
Hmm.
the the panic attack thing and that moment with Jawbone outside the gym, I feel myself tearing up just even thinking about it. Like it
It's
really
very
really gets me.
strong late season, right?
Yeah, and it really contextualizes like all the stuff that she's been good like it's kind of like, oh, she's just been running away from this the entire time, and
Hmm.
like Jawbone like is sitting her down like, you got to come talk to me. Like I think really affected me, even though I haven't like specifically suffered like panic attacks. Like that
Hmm.
experience of like having a mental health issue and not uh dealing
It's
with it, and the reaction of school and your parents and everyone in your life being just kind of like stop
dismissive,
being weird, buck up,
right?
figure it out, and
It
and
it
then
this this
yeah.
this game is like an amazing fantasy story, right? Where there's the right adult in the room, often,
Yes.
and that is not it's not my experience in high school. I know it's not your experience in high school. Like that,
Yeah.
I love a long running bit in this series of we're gonna take like a Gorthalax, who's a giant demon, and have him be unbelievably like frank and honest and supportive with these children and having things like the sex talk or also just
Right.
like talking about your feelings. Like Jawbone becomes obviously an amazing character throughout. He is Kachink, fifth in my ranking of Brendan Lee Mulligan characters, right underneath Arthur Eggfort. All the alliteration in this show, my God. So that just throwing that out there. He's 5 of 5, but one in my heart.
He's extremely good. Other character arcs that resonated with me emotionally. I mean, god damn it, like Fig with her mom like crying.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah, really holding in the tears because my face is painted red in this one. But it's just, I think it's one of Emily Axford's greatest strengths as a performer. I think in these shows is that she gets so emotionally invested. Like she
Hmm.
will cry over, like later seasons, she's Little Red Riding Hood crying over her grandma, and like she can get extremely upset about anything, and that's a
Hmm.
superpower.
I
And
agree.
I love that. I think that yeah, her arc of like being so flippant and aggressive and like chasing her dad's and then finding out it's like a mom issue is
Hmm.
is really really cool, and I
Put
loved it a lot. Yeah.
pretty amazing even from episode 1, like putting so much of the anger misdirect, like very clearly from moment 1, misdirecting a lot of that anger at Galir, and that being like clear from their first car ride. It's very funny, but it's also like, oh, this is definitely a thread that needs to be pulled on. And I think it's great that it's so well established so quickly, while also being a like, oh my god, my player doesn't want to go to school on the first day of school on this high school campaign, and that being like meta textually amazing as well.
Yeah, no,
Something
I
Emily
love
Axford was put on this earth to kill me, or whatever the quote is.
the always trying to break out of the little box. It's so good. I do have to say, if I'm gonna criticize Brennan Lee Mulligan, which you got it, because here's the thing:
Sure.
he's the internet's little baby right now,
I hate
and
this guy.
you're gonna no. Here's what's gonna fucking happen: is like certain people who like this are gonna get a little bit older, and they're gonna flip on him, and it's gonna suck, and they're gonna be like, ugh, and they're gonna hate all the things they like about him now, and because it's just how the fucking internet works, and it's
Sure.
stupid and annoying. So to be level-headed and to show that I'm gonna keep having the same opinion, he's great, he's amazing. Sometimes I'm like, yeah, get over it. Like, they don't want to school. That's your job. Your job is to get him to school, man. Like, I don't know. I've DM'd a lot.
think all of that does not show up for until maybe junior year. I think that doesn't show up on the board. I only
That's
know
fair.
about it from interviews and parasocially, like looking stuff up after the fact. And I know that you have
right.
like, I think if you strip all that away, and I'm only able to do this now because I've mostly been avoiding that, having tried to keep it fresh for just the 3 seasons and not get things spoiled for myself. I understand that there's many a Reddit thread about this issue, but actually listening to and watching the show for the first time, I think they do a good job of keeping it very playful and light.
Yeah, and there's also like he also like when he's saying Emily was sent from hell to kill me, and he's like he's obviously leaning into the bit. He's trying to make it funnier, and they're clearly so good natured. Like you will see people like blowing up in Reddit threads of like so and so betrayed so and so's trust.
Yeah,
and it's like you see them like you're like getting like, oh, I guess that was maybe like pushing him, and then you watch it and he's like loving every second of it. You know
100%.
what I mean? And it's like
he's a puppy dog when Emily Axford decides to like to hit the emergency brake going 95 miles an hour like into a car of a nice halfling family.
So crazy.
It's amazing.
Love it. So good.
I don't want to talk anymore about the story of freshman year. I think we're except for
the last one.
Okay, go for it.
Which
Yes.
I think it's the same one.
I think so, but I want to hear you say it.
The legend will continue, boy. This is my jacket that explodes.
I stabbed my father. Like, just incredible.
I drive my sword into his heart.
I think it's what he would want for me to do, It felt right.
I mean, you set that up in episode 1. He's like, the last time I saw my father is when I was stabbing a blade into his heart. I said, you'll never talk out the side of your mouth to me again. It's like,
do we ever find out who takes out Fabian's eye? I just realized that.
Oh, yeah, it's he's trying to set up Dane Blade, who is the prom king.
Oh, yes.
He's in some early scenes, but he has like compared to like Penelope Everpetal, he has like far less direct interactions with any of the cast. So he's trying to like set up a rivalry there. So he has Dane Blade, who's one of the Harvestmen, slice Fabian's eye, even though he still just gets he dies really early in the fight.
Easily.
Gets forgotten.
Yeah.
Some good D&D strategizing there by the players.
Some of the hardest I laughed in this season was players bonding by going over to Fabian's wacky wild It's a Pirate Ship house, and Bill Seacaster just learning everything you learn about Bill Seacaster just makes him so much better and worse at the same time, where it's like he's given drugs to children. He had a tornado as the best man at his wedding. His wife is secretly like this ultimate badass, even though she's like a drunk through all of season 1. He's got men on retainer just to pop out of barrels and swing from ropes and sing. It's so it's the thinnest, stupidest, like most wacky, like fun house in the middle of this circus. But anytime Bill Seacrest is in a scene on the screen in an episode, I'm loving every minute of it.
I will say that is something that did also sell me on Brennan really early. Is I think that some of the early stuff in Fantasy High felt very buttoned up for me and very like, like,
We have to get
you're
to this
fighting
point.
cream corn, and it feels very like white bread, like normal kind of. But he said it because it's John Hughes. He's like setting that up.
Yes.
You know, it is intentional. But I think it does feel like a little buttoned up, and I think that Bill Seacrest really carried me through of like, oh no, this man understands id and like the depths of like depravity and yeah, like being able to just anything for the jokes type of stuff. Yeah,
Brennan's Bill
such an
and
awesome...
Lou's Fabian just like understand each other's freak, like in terms of playing, and it's just so perfect. Like
Yes,
it's just perfect. It was perfect.
It is really really good. And yeah, that arc, that heroic moment, like him stabbing his father in the like heart, and the fact they have him from a dice roll, and everyone else's parents could have died and none of them did.
Yep.
Like it had to be Bill.
The fact that they save Bill for the last because they know, like they know, and it's everyone at the table, and you can feel Lou. It's one of the first times, and they do this a lot more in later seasons, but it's one of the first times where like most players aren't playing, like because it's very one off, like one or two players going to each like cluster of parents and like solving the issue, and you can just feel like all of them getting more nervous. I love when Gorgug's family, when the Thistle Springs, the Thistle Springs are safe, and everyone goes like, whew, but then it's like, Bill Seacrester's coming, and everyone's like, is he evil, is he not, they fought each other in prison, what's gonna happen? Incredible. Mallory, Kachink, favorite episode of season 1, easily, it is called Family in Flames. It's like the close to penultimate episode where they have to go and save all their parents. I think it's just perfect. It's like, it is amazing setup and payoff.
Really like wrapping up basically everyone's character arc, and hitting all those emotional beats. It is a really really good episode. I'd love to hear you go through the rest of your rankings,
yes,
if that's
100%.
Let me know
because I think that, so let's do parents, right? I think this is one we can just kind of knock through quickly. I'm stupid because obviously I'm not stupid. I was gonna say I did 5 parents, but there's 6 players. But there are so many extra parents, so
there's a lot of parents kind of floating.
I now I remember why I did that. And I try not to repeat these, so this may be our only chance to talk about Bill Seacrest in the rankings. He's number 1. He's incredible.
Yes,
I have him as 1. Second place, I really like Gorthalax, just because of how it's a trick they do a lot, but it's like one of the first times they do it is in this season and with Gorthalax, of like, you expect this character to be completely like chaotic and evil and crazy, and they're just unreasonably reasonable. Like taking this like locked up crystal demon to the ice cream shop is just like Fantasy High and like a nice little like bow for me. And I found him just really charming, and I like the voice a lot.
Yeah, it's like it's been talked about in interviews how a lot of, because they were kind of like not interrogating the right people, like a lot of the issues in season 1 with like the plot stuff is them murdering people that they should be interrogating, like specifically with Johnny Spells and Dark Shadow. Like they never catch these guys that they're supposed to get info out of. And Gorthalax ends up having to explain a lot of plot stuff that like the other characters were going to explain, which means Brennan has to do that voice for like way longer than it's just so like gruff and gravelly. But yeah, no, he's good. I like the point, to the point where he's like, I just want to let you know, like I can hear any magical communication because I'm an exoplanar being. I don't feel it's right for me to act on this information. It's like, you're too good. You're like good to the point that it's a problem. I love the depiction
him doing
of like
the like deadbeat dad thing, like sitting down with Fig and being like, your your mom and I, we're both complicated people, and you shouldn't take it all out on your mother. But obviously, you guys have to have some conversations together. But I made some mistakes too. Like it's just crazy. It's like such a '90s like. It feels like an episode of like Home Improvement or something. It's just so weird and
Mm,
random, and it with that voice pairing, really worked for me. Third place, I should have done this in reverse order, but whatever. Galir, incredible. Obviously not his strongest season, but so well realized right from the first, and it's before the Galir story kind of flies off the rails, right? Like he's just pathetic, and that's also great.
yeah, like in season 1 he's just like they just got to keep going to him
Hmm.
like to get it. Season 2 is like, all right, Galir is the main character.
Of
It's
course.
kind of one thing. I will say there's one joke. We were talking about like the live episodes like before we started recording a little bit. There is one joke in one of the live episodes I did between freshman and sophomore year
Hmm.
where Fig is like, yeah, Galir, one of the bad kids. And they're talking about like how it's like, the bad kids, the 7 bad kids, it's like us and Galir. Um which defines season 2. So yeah, that's why I'm gonna push back on him even being in the parent rankings because he is one of the bad kids.
I understand.
But
uh,
yes,
I get a
please
little
continue
fast
with
and
the
loose with
parents.
these as seasons go on because relationships and things change.
Mm,
Um, Wilma and Wilma and Digby Thistle Spring, just very solid, good bit. Uh,
yes.
so supportive for such a emotional, sad, giant person. A lot of physical comedy in their scenes. That's just great. Gorgug breaking his bed constantly, them wanting to sing songs, and him taking that energy into the barbarian class with Porter. Incredible.
So
Good
so
payoff on that
good.
bit way at the end of junior year. And then five,
Yeah.
just to round it out, I like Sklanda a lot. Uh, Detective Sklanda. I like the one parent pairing where the kid just clearly becomes their parent, and they're both like overworked and silly and ridiculous. And it's so funny that the ball is just like a little mini me of Sklanda. Um,
It's really her stuff in like season 3 and stuff like
mhm.
gets me like, oh, I actually I kind of tear up of the scene, and it's like of her like like him being like, the ball's cool, like we're cool with everyone. She's like, I don't like that,
I
your
like
name
that
is
scene a lot.
Riz. It's so good.
Like I'm
Yeah,
happy that my kid has friends, but I'm worried that they are not treating him right, and that's just a great little. It's a rare moment of realism in a very wacky situation where they're all like two-time world savers.
absolutely. Really, really good. I love that parent ranking. Amazing.
Hmm.
I for my own parents, I have to shout out Sandra Lynn. Obviously, we'll get into her in season 2, I'm sure. Just in terms of like an insane character. And uh yeah, and I mean, like, I'll also shout out the Abernants. I think they are a very realistic depiction of my parents. So, and then we can move on to.
Underused, I feel
Mm.
like the parents
Well,
we visit the least often. They come back a little bit in junior year. They are almost non-existent in sophomore year.
or are you talking
Um,
the Applebee's?
I'm talking about the Applebee's. I'm so sorry. You're talking about
Oh, yeah, yeah. I'm
Adeline's
talking
parents, aren't
about
you?
the villains of
Yes.
season
Never
2.
mind. My apologies.
Yeah, no, Applebee's are really good in season 3. They're very
Hmm.
interesting. They're very funny in season 1 for sure.
Yes.
Um,
But no, yeah,
uh,
Adon's
uh,
parents, what scumbags, just taking just the worst, most dramatic route all the time because elves suck and elves always have sucked.
you got to
And
maintain your reputation. What could be more important to know your reputation? Um, yeah, no, that's those elves. But yeah, I need your other ranking. Sorry, I'm holding the bit up too much.
no, no worries. Some of these
Let's
are
go
going to be a little
5 to
bit
1.
faster. What's up? Yeah, we
Let's go
will go
5 to
5-1.
1.
Favorite fight, I only have one written down. Now, that's a small
Mm.
category. And you already mentioned it, and it's because of the same thing you're talking about where they kept killing the wrong people. But I love the battle at the Blood Rush Field where they kill their football coach and Rog. I love the Rog storyline as it continues, but it's the moment where they've had this triumph. It's like the best combat's ever gone for them, and then suddenly they're like bringing people back to life and torturing them, and they're like, wow, it got really dark all of a sudden. Like, it's almost the post battle that I enjoy more than the battle itself, but I just wanted to shout that out because that was really funny.
Absolutely. Yeah, no, it's one of my I will rewatch that bit of him interrogating, or like Riz shooting Coach Daybreak is such a good
with
move.
a gun. You shot it. Yeah, it's amazing, Lou Wilson. But like with a weapon, you shot the coach.
It's so funny. It's also so funny that like Brendan apparently intended for like that to be a main point of interrogation. Like Daybreak had like all the information they needed, and Riz, who
Instead,
is the most like keyed into the plot and DM focus, is like, this guy tried to destroy the world. Bam! Like his like inner. I've watched enough interviews with these people where they talk about like what's their inner class, or they're like for Brian Murphy is like a paladin, like that is the paladin coming out of like, no, you are bad, you die. Like,
incredible. Yeah,
really
he
good.
can act as the moral center a lot more than you'd expect for him playing the rogue. He definitely is a very lawful good rogue, which is an interesting pairing.
Absolutely, very very.
But
cool.
So that's fights.
Yes.
This will be a fun, faster one because it's basically going, wasn't it funny when? But favorite bits.
Oh my god.
Just gonna rapid fire them off, and then I want to hear
I cannot
yours.
wait. Yeah, we'll just reference them.
I had to add a 6 because I just couldn't leave off the amazing bit of role playing by Allie, where Kristen, the Hangmen, which are being introduced as this evil cult-like force, but are also like sleepaway camp for the religion of Kristen Appleby's. Just an amazing bit.
Oh, the Harvest Men.
The Harvest Men, yes. Talking specifically
yes.
when they start talking about the Harvest Men, and it's like, oh yeah, they make us stay up for like 48 hours straight, but it was really good, It was like turning it into like the jump rope for change, like a middle school gymnasium, like flavor. Obviously completely thought of on the spot and perfect, and just in like bringing it all back to the John Hughes high schoolness of it all, and it's just an amazing moment of like player DM going like, yeah, we're rolling with this now. Like, this is what the Harvestmen are. They're secret and scary and very Court of Owls, but also they're this.
It's the funniest thing in the world where Brendan says all that stuff. All the players are really concerned about this like militant, evil, like far right religious organization. And then Allie just explains about like, yeah, and then we had to drink hot chocolate, and you had to remember a bunch of rules. And then Zach just goes, "That's what you tell us." It's so funny.
Yes, probably my favorite Allie moment in season 1.
And then it becomes that everyone else in the world knows about this by default, and Kristen's, even though you rolled a high religion check, it was for everyone else to know this, and for you to be completely oblivious is really really funny.
Very very good. Probably the best religious bit in that first season, maybe yes, but quick one, bit 5, buying a jacket with a city in it, just incredible. Like a trip to the store becoming this like weird meta thing for just a second. Love the payoff in season 2 where there's a whole car chase. Oh no, it's the end of season 1, isn't it? Where they have to give the right item, and there's a whole nother campaign happening in this jacket. Don't worry about it. Just great bit.
Yes.
Number 4, getting Jawbone a career with the school before Galir. I've been told I'm going to be the lunch lad because that drug addict is the new counselor, who also I think turns into a werewolf.
Fuck yeah, I'm gonna help some kids.
Exactly.
So good.
The Jawbone Galir vice principal like Calvaxis like conversation with Fig mediating, just amazing.
Yeah, it's so good, and then continues to pay off as him being like, my ex-wife's extremely charismatic new partner. It's like really really good.
I forgot actually best religious bit. This is number 3.
Mm-hmm.
Kristen's spirit guardians changing depending on what her faith is doing, and the philosophy, the becoming religious philosophers, and Brennan Lee Mulligan being able to just whip out like quotes and theories that I haven't heard since like AP psychology or like intro to philosophy freshman year of college, and I just added so much to that party fight, and I found it so fun.
Really, really good stuff.
The cortados.
And I love
it
that.
made me want a cortado.
It's one of my favorite Kristen things of like how like the players at the table will be like, oh god, and then like especially when it starts turning to philosophy majors, and Kristen, no matter what, will always be like, oh, that's kind of interesting though. Like, it's really, really funny.
I like that she gets tired of the bit, like her character or their character. Kristen is tired of the philosophers by the time we get to sophomore year. I think it's a really fun like twist on it.
Definitely.
Like, it can't
but yeah, let's
be
hear number
about
2.
Theory, like, or whatever. Number 2, Are You My Dad? I wanted, Mallory, I really wanted to get the Are You My Dad shirt before this episode. I tried. I like looked into the shipping times. I just couldn't do it.
Oh man, I love it. I love that you love that. You're not proud of this.
You're not proud of this. You for a second on a nat 1, you do think somehow you've seen a lot of magical timey-wimey stuff happening. You might be your own dad.
And Fabian being so done with it. The part where Gorgik thinks, he's like, you don't think Jarva, you've beefed it a few times, but you're looking, he said like he's her uncle. You're thinking he's her dad. And then Fabian like clocks him in the head. Oh. And then the punchline of like, no, you're her dad. It's just
exactly.
It's like, what?
Incredible. A way to like what started as a fun joke became a way to torture a player in the best way. And it was honored every time, and it's just fantastic.
You see his like little grin whenever he's like, can I roll an insight check? Like you can see him like building up for it. There's a couple times where he does and he just gets a good score, and it's like, oh, okay, I guess I'm just getting information. That's not what I was going for.
And in the number one spot,
yes,
Sam eating so much crow. I'll talk about lol so random humor because this one just got me so hard. We're visiting a hospital. I'm gonna go off real quick and start an office romance with this doctor as a disguise because I'm disguised, and it's not gonna help anything that we're trying to do, and it's gonna like torture this poor NPC who is so confused, and it becomes General Hospital for like 2 seconds. Fig, the beginning of Fig just destroying middle-aged men's lives is just incredible.
I mean, it's so crazy. It's so good. It's so funny the way that she like leads into it and is like, yeah, I guess this is part of my character now, that she sneaks off to like trick middle-aged men.
But then it becomes like, it like becomes a thing with Sandra Lynn. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right. That's number 1. That's just incredible.
Yes.
We've done parents, we've done fights, we've done bits. Brendan Lee Mulligan characters. Jawbone, number 5, amazing. That speech with Adine is incredible. I kind of put him at 5 before I got to that episode, and I was like, I love this random. It's clearly like a random enemy in an encounter that becomes like so much more. Going from the like DJ scenario to like, yeah, we're taking this guy along.
Yeah. No, it's awesome. Let me hear number 4.
4 is Arthur Eggfort. Love that he shoots that guy in the head.
Oh, yes.
Just so unnecessary. Number 3, arguably should be number 1. Sire, are we going to do something cool? Are we going to get
her right on
women?
The back?
Yeah.
She'll put her hands
not the ball. I hate when the ball rides on the motorcycle. It's the hangman.
I hate this ball.
I hate this ball character. I think I have a strong affinity for like this should not continue to be a character and is now a character for 2 more seasons, and the hangman is just amazing.
I think it's so good because I think Fabian is on such a different wavelength from the other characters in terms of like as deep as he gets into his thing and as much as he like comes to no longer be afraid to express his genuine like love and affinity for his like party members, like he cares the most about like shallow
Appearances.
things in high school
Yes.
popularity in a way that like basic but by the end of freshman year, like basically all the other characters have shed and he's always had it the deepest. And I think having this like wingman that he can like sidebar with of like these guys are crazy, we know what's important, is like
We know
really
what's
really
cool, right?
valuable.
Yeah, that's gonna be really
Yeah.
cool. Like, yeah, Hangman, incredible.
Hmm.
Arguably holds Fabian back in so many ways, but it's just so amazing. Him working with the Cubbies for the prison break is just like the peak of I gave a character to one of my players, and I just have to deal with it now and make it a thing.
So crazy. And probably intended for Fig because it was like tieflings and she was the
Probably.
punk character, but it's like the
Oh
person
well.
who like gets it, and it becomes just an iconic part of Fabian's thing. Um let's hear number 2.
Bizarre from Bizarre's Soda Fountain, the manic depressed ice cream genie. Making a gin that's made of ice cream is inspired, or that can only
It's good.
give ice cream as a wish, and that he's also just like a swirly cloud of frost and ice cream. Just incredible. Jumped out to me immediately. So creative, so fun, so D&D. Love him.
Beautiful, beautiful stuff.
So
And
sad.
let's so sad.
Is your question ice cream related?
Ice
Like,
cream related again? If it's not ice
if
cream
it's not
related,
about
I
ice cream, then I cannot do
can't.
it.
Yeah, really, really good. And I love that that's like their stop in so many
Mm-hmm.
future seasons is really, really good. Yeah, I gotta know number 1. I
They've
think I
already been
do.
they've been briefly
Yeah, it's
mentioned.
Bill.
No, Bill Seacaster's number one of the parents.
Okay.
I kept the parents out of this. They needed their own ranking because they would have taken over.
Well, it better
Um,
be who I think it is because this is my number 1.
it isn't. They've already been mentioned.
Okay.
Mallory. The thing about laws is that they're designed as
Oh
the
shit.
oppressive force put upon a minority population by a majority. Whatever the fuck he says. The Cubbies.
Oh man.
Unbelievable. Like as a aside in like just fantastic.
Really beautiful. That quote I have seen on many a sign in many a protest in our real world
I
extremely
thought
succinct
Andor was the
way.
most political we'd get on this show. It was the Cubbies. It was this halfling family, this sweet like Swiss Family Robinson weirdo group that is also the most ACAB I've ever seen a fictional character be. He
Just
pulls out a
like
lit Molotov. It was that lit the whole time? Yep. let's make some bacon. Pulls the mask
yeah,
down.
so funny. Really really good stuff. Yeah, no, he's very awesome, very iconic
Who did you
character. Love it.
who'd you think I was gonna say?
I didn't think you were gonna say this. I kind of just hoped because this was my number 1. I mean, other than Galera, obviously, gotta talk about Rog. You gotta be ringing up Rog in these
I think
comics.
Rog gets bad. I like Rog most in sophomore year.
Yeah, and we'll talk about him then. So I think we can table that specific discussion. But yeah, me as like Jawbone, Galir, and Rog, I think are my trinity of beloved freshman year characters.
I like him again. I love my favorite moment with him is them torturing him on the football field. It obviously turns into a sweet thing with him being closeted or what have you. And I love that you just get little check-ins with him and Jawbone in the next couple episodes before he's at the prom at the end.
Yeah,
But to
that
me, like,
moment gets me.
yes, but he's got stuff in sophomore year that I think is incredible.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. I'm excited to get into it. So,
Yeah,
are we ready
there's
to go there?
one quick thing, so just firing it off.
Yeah.
Intrepid Heroes for season 1.
Oh right, yeah, you're gonna rank him each time. Okay.
My least favorite, and it's not at all. It's the worst flavor of ice cream. Ice cream's amazing, right? If it is ice cream related, I can answer the question. Adine has amazing stuff later on. Adine, I would say, has like the least to do in season 1. I wasn't quite clicking with that character, but as it continues, as Siobhan starts playing her more like Gorgug, I'm more vibing with it, of the like straight man in a crazy universe. Number 5, Riz. Maybe my favorite in combat. Definitely has more to do in later seasons.
Absolutely.
4 is going to go to Kristen Appleby's. I really appreciate all that's going on there, but I think the cleric stuff is the most where I start to kind of zone out in Dimension 20. Even though they do really cool stuff with it, even though particularly the creating the god of yes and it being just the strangest and most unique the show gets in season 1 is obviously an incredible, but I have stronger favorites. Number 3, I'm going to go with Gorgug, mostly because Zach Oyama makes me laugh just super hard, and that continues throughout. 2 is Fig, your boo. She's incredible. What can you say? Just a master at work. And then number 1, it's Lou Wilson. It's Fabian. Just unbelievable.
Dun 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 dun. Like you can just hear the pirate theme starting up. Yeah, no, absolutely.
We have pirates that only can sing "Happy Birthday." That's later on,
So
but it's
good.
so good. Yeah, at the gate, amazing. Rep. We've talked about it, seen it.
Sam, it's time to get out of the high school. We got to go on an adventure across the great lands of Spire. Brennan built this whole world for us to explore, and we just ran around Elmville for a little bit. So let's take a plunge and let's go out in our best spring break ever. What did you think of season 2?
Spring break, I believe in you, Mallory.
I believe it. Spring break, I believe in you. I love the way they say it. That's like,
break, I believe in you.
Like it's like in church where what do they say? Like, and peace be with you.
And also with you.
Yeah, it's literally that. It's just like, I believe in you.
There's a strong possibility that Sophomore Year is my favorite season, and I would never have seen that coming.
It's so crazy.
Watching the first couple of episodes, like as they're figuring out the like live formatting of it all. But this is, by the time it gets to Leviathan, this season is just cooking, right? I love having a goal from the very beginning that's more clearly defined, right? We got to find this stupid crown. We've got this Tabaxi mystery going on with this photograph. Do they ask, can you see the person in this picture 20 times too many? Perhaps, but I had a lot of fun with Sophomore Year, the quest for the Nightmare King's crown.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of the picture, I think the mystery in this one was like where I got really dialed in, because I was there with them and like I never got frustrated because I was just like, yeah, who could say what makes you be able to see, and like every one of their theories that they're just
how does this virus
throwing
work?
Around, like, is it like, do you have to have killed someone, or like is it like,
is it sexually transmitted?
You see the cat in real life and then you can see it. Is there a spell affecting the picture? Is there a spell affecting all the people that can see it? And it's just so like, that's when I start getting into like, what's going on? Like, I gotta figure out what's going on with this goddamn picture. I get really into like the mystery stuff.
Did you binge this season originally, or were you watching it like week to week?
I binged it. I didn't know that it existed for a long time because it was like, you know, it's the live season. There's like technical stuff, like unfortunately, like
it's the COVID season.
As a podcast, like I during part of my re-listen, I was like walking around the grocery store with headphones in because I'm an animal, and there was like
I do that too. I did that today.
there was a spike in audio of like Brennan speaking very low, and then like Lou like laughing or whatever. Then I'm just like, yeah. It's definitely to be listened to with headphones off in an ideal circumstance. And I think for reasons like that, it had been just kind of like pushed to the back of the catalog for a very long time. So I didn't even know it existed forever, and like stumbling across it was such a treat. But yeah, I binged it. But yeah, it's so long. It gave me plenty of time to like, I finished watching the episode. I go to work and I'm like,
It's pretty
what
long.
is up with Kalina? It was so good. I really enjoyed that as like a D&D story, that it's like it has to be a mystery to the appropriate level of challenge, that they can't just like solve it in episode 1, and they have to have pieces of the puzzle that they're going to have to like figure out across it. Yeah, it's so interesting, it's so cool. So much fun.
It obviously has some limitations, right, by being live, in the sense that like the combat scenarios maybe suffer a little bit, where it's a lot more like theater of the mind for the players, and there's obviously less like set production and stuff going on. But it opens up so much freedom for them to just riff, and that part of it to me is like almost never better than these seven people like playing off of each other. And my favorite character moments from each of them probably almost all happen in sophomore year. Probably like maybe like 4 of the 6 or what have you. Like it is an amazing season for Fabian. Didn't think I could love Fabian anymore as a character, or Lou Wilson's performances. But what we were talking about with the freshman year stuff of him playing the character, being unable to contain himself with the laughter of what's going on and the absurdity of it all, but playing that as Fabian, like cracking up like under the pressure of it all, and like it devolving into this only could work live experience of Lou Wilson like crying from laughter while Fabian describes how much he has fucked up throughout the season. Is just I would just think to myself, like at work, like he's gonna shit in my mouth, and I would just start laughing like uncontrollably.
Well, we should call Jungle Down Bim. How did Jungle Down Bim help you in the fight?
No.
Just being egged on by like everyone else.
There was 2 survivors, maybe.
Like surely, it's like, well, then you heroically defended them. He's like, no, I ran confidently and abandoned them because I knew that was the only way that I was gonna escape alive.
But it takes him like 2.5 episodes to finally come out and say it. Like they dance around it so much. It's damn near until they get to hell that everyone knows exactly what happened, and it's so perfect. It is unbelievable. Like everything to do with Leviathan is easily my favorite stretch of Dimension 20.
It's so funny. Yeah, I think like we were just saying I was gonna try and like save these, but I think it's worth, because we're on the topic. Like Lou's Dark Knight of the Soul, Fabian's Dark Knight of the Soul is one of
roll for pneumonia.
You have pneumonia. You don't deserve kippers. Like I think it is one of the most affecting parts of Dimension 20 to me, in ways that I can't fully articulate or explain. I think there's just something about a character fully losing their mojo and being so defeated in every way, and like all the stories they tell about themselves, all the image they try to project of themselves being so thoroughly proved to be false, and just like wallowing in like self-hatred, self-pity, and like nothing can make it better. And all the characters ganging up on Fabian and being like, like I'd like to have a one-on-one with Fabian. And none of it works.
Well, it's the players on the board like ganging up on Lou Wilson, and then the players that they're playing, the characters being like killing him with kindness, right? Being so supportive when all he wants to do is curl up in a ball and die. It's just incredible.
Yeah, like just all of them trying to make it better. There's so many like it goes on for episodes. It's like Gorgug stabbing the sword into the ground.
I go to the van
15 times to be like, Fabian, you need to buck up because it's not about you anymore. That doesn't buck him up. Like Kristen slapping him and almost forgetting his middle name in the middle of saying it, like Fabian Aramis. Um,
the fact that the team is the one to defeat James Whitclaw and not
yeah,
Fabian, so he doesn't even get the revenge.
he's
Like,
stunned for the entire fight and doesn't do anything. Um,
yeah,
and yeah,
the fact that he was willing to take away his fighter abilities, like,
no
and
multi-attack.
the way that yes, and Brennan's just listing them off. He's like, I talked to Lou about this beforehand, and everyone's like, no, Fabian can't do anything without his multi attack. Like,
So good. And like him committing, like, even from like the moment is so, like, the way they get to it is so good. Like him being like,
oh, all the lead up of him sitting in the door frame,
this is what Fabian
and
would
you're like,
do.
yep.
And then like being such a coward that, like, finally proving Fabian a coward, which has been the subtext, but like, he's just kind of had heroic moments kind of handed to him time and time again. Like having him like fully be a coward to save his own life, and then wallowing in it until the moment is right. Which I think we can get to.
And we'll talk about it now. The fact that his recovery, right, like where he becomes a dancer, is a nat 1, and it's him dancing as if no one is watching, which is what Fabian needs, is to get out of, like, to step outside of himself and to be fully, like, exposed and not self-conscious.
Mm-hmm.
And so, and there's just something about the image of, like, Riz and Gorgug essentially, like, sitting on, like, the tire well of the van and just watching Fabian dance into the night and not cure his pneumonia and not look good doing it, but it be like what this character needed. It's beautiful.
That's right. I will say, and I feel like I need to address this for the girlies out there. Riz and Fabian is hugely shipped. I don't personally ship them that way for a number of reasons.
There's a lot of, like, Fabian, you keep bringing up Riz.
Why do you keep
like,
bringing up
You
Riz?
got any girls you like?
Every time you think about me, why do you keep bringing up Riz? This is so funny.
Yep.
But I think that one of the truest moments of, like, Riz friendship, like, unlike Gorgug, like, Gorgug and Fabian's relationship is amazing. Chris and Fabian's relationship is, like, cool throughout, like, especially, like, as Kristen enters her, like, swole phase. But I think, like, Riz, like, sitting watchfully, like, at the door that night, and and just, like, watching over Fabian. No comment. He's just, like, there to protect him. It makes me emotional. Really sweet.
It being, like, the boys.
Yeah.
Like, the boys, like, bonding, and there's a few times that they do that, but it's, like, one of the first where it's just the three of them. It's honestly, like, it's beautiful.
Yeah.
It's what I want in life, is to have ride or dies that are going to sit there and watch me dance myself into pneumonia
and just be like,
and to a second level of exhaustion.
I don't understand what's happening. Like, there's a bit where, like, it's like Riz and Gorgug are sitting and watching, like, some trees, like, wrapped around them is, like, feeding them grapes, and Gorgug goes, how did this sort of start happening? Like, it's like crept up on them. I
don't want any more grapes.
I gotta say, yeah, we gotta get to the actual moment, the fire elemental dance. I think the because he knew it had to be natural and it had to evolve in the moment, and he really held back and made Fabian continue to be depressed for a huge stretch. Yep. Like, it feels like a blip when you think about it in retrospect, but, like, he really is, like,
it's like 4.5 episodes. I mean, it goes on forever.
Yeah, moping around, and, like, finally when he gets that moment of, like, finding something where he's like, this is how I can contribute in a way that's more stable and is, like, been about my whole character, like, relying more on a team rather than just being, like, a solo player. The beautiful, like, the giving up of, like, any embarrassment into pretense, like, do you believe in the dance enough to take all the damage? Is so beautiful. It's amazing. I will literally rewatch, like, I tear up at so many moments of this. Like, the like,
I can't.
Yes!
This is not my emotional
God.
moment. I love it, but it's so fucking funny.
It's goofy.
Like, this is it's so. It just makes me smile, which is why Fabian in general.
Yeah.
But, like, I was dying listening to this as a first experience. This is one of the few moments I've re-listened to because I was mad dashing to get ready for this
Right.
episode. I definitely fell behind in my 6-month homework, but I had to listen to this part again because it's amazing.
Yeah, the yes is like it will really make me cry, and yeah, I can't fully articulate why, but it's just so good. It's like from everything, like it happens, it ends, everyone's like, that's the craziest moment, and he's like, good job, the ball, good job, Gorgug, I believe in you. Yeah, it's like so.
Spring break, I believe in you. And then like they don't come out and say that he's now got a level of bard, right?
Yeah.
It just like works its way in.
Mhm.
And there's a few things they do that mechanically where it's like some multi-classing is happening in the
Yeah.
background, and it's incredible. Spring break, I believe in you.
It's very, very cool. It's also finally I'd kind of been vague posting about this to you, where I'm like, there's certain references of Fantasy High that, not having any friends that know it, I can't reference it to them.
Mm-hmm.
I think about this is like daily will come up in my head, is Riz say, the boys are having a weird day. It's like it's like the boys like going through like some existential like sexual crisis. The boys are having a weird day.
Yes.
It's so funny to me. It's really, really good.
So yeah, that's the story of season 2, right? It's
Yeah.
Fabian's Dark Night of
That's
the
the
Soul,
main
and then there's
part.
redemption. That's the main part of the story. You know, Cassandra's fine. It's interesting, I guess, but like Fabian.
Yeah, I mean, I like just to
Yeah.
put a bow on that, because I don't think you wanted to, because you've alluded to not being as into it. I do like.
No, I am into it. To
Yeah.
be clear, I am into
Mhm.
it. I think having a season themed around nightmares is great.
Yes.
Turning your girlfriend from Canada, who's no one's actually met, but she's totally real, into like a cryptid that haunts you throughout the season. Incredible. Having everyone have to confront themselves and their inner anxieties and what have you. I would say it goes on a little long, but
It's one of my
it's
favorite
a really,
segments.
really.
It's really good.
Listen, then you got a lot to love because it goes on
Yeah.
for like 3 hours. But it's very, again, that economy of storytelling thing about it, like just really well thought out, really well executed. Everyone plays to it really well. But yeah, there's 3 story. This for me is the season of like the sub arcs, 1000%.
Definitely.
I think the Tracker and Kristen stuff is great. I love that Allie plays that character as just the worst girlfriend and constantly honors like how inept she is at understanding Tracker's emotions and at not saying the right thing at the wrong time or the wrong thing at the right time. Like, just executed amazingly, committing to the bit so strong.
Really, really funny. Yeah, no, those parts are great. Can we like, yeah. I mean, like, goddess stuff is cool. I think just conceptually, I'm like, oh, like digging up like old religions and like looking at like different ways of philosophies of like this idea that I think a lot of people are brought up with, where it's like traditionalism is like my way or the highway. Like it's like you go traditional, or you're like new and you're trying to figure out everything for yourself. And it's like, no, like a lot of people figured out a lot of stuff before you're born, and a lot of that was burned and suppressed and thrown away because of, you know, XYZ reason.
Right.
And there's golden.
Well, like, I think I alluded earlier to like everyone learned what a trans person was in like 2015. Obviously, that's not the case.
Right.
Like,
yeah. But like we both like
things like that.
There's a rise of visibility and awareness, but
Right.
also we both know that like, yeah, like people have existed like this for time immemorium. And
Right.
yeah,
Time in memoriam.
time. Yeah. No, very, 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 very cool. Yeah. Do you want to get into? I have some. There's a specific sub arc I really love, but are there like it's related to one of the characters. So I don't know if we should.
So it's like, how do I withhold information from you? This is the DM trick, you know. I gotta take some spins of the hat. Because like, is my emotional moment in sophomore year? Yeah, 100%. A moment where I actually teared up listening to this D&D podcast? Yeah, 1000%. Is it in this season? Yeah. Is it what you're thinking of? I don't know.
You gotta hit me. I gotta know.
Any big thoughts on the Cassandra? The help me with the Tabaxi's name. There's so many
Kalina.
C and K names. Kalina, thank you so much. Any overarching thoughts on that, like as a plot line throughout before we get into like our favorite sub arcs and character moments and what have you?
I'm assuming Kalina's not in your top favorite characters if you forgot her name.
No, a great antagonist, probably the strongest antagonist of the series in
I
some
would
ways,
say.
but also it's more the name thing that throws me off because there's a Cassandra and Kalina
Right.
and Kovaxis, and it all falls together a little bit.
Yeah, no, definitely. I think, yeah, Kalina to me is like, I would say the strongest villain, like, hands down. I think is so, Brennan plays her so intense and cool and probing, and will
Your dad's in hell, Riz.
always call people on their shit, like, you find that funny? Like, it's so, like,
Yeah.
like when Emily says it's kind of great to have Kalina back as a little pepper in the soup is like so like
Yeah.
so good. I think that that Kalina's existence as a villain is so cool and interesting, and like the way it runs, and yeah, also just the like
Having a character that can't physically interact with any of the characters, it's all psychological manipulation and damage is like great.
yeah, and then just how intense she is, and they start making jokes in junior year. I know I'm jumping ahead, but just being like, oh yeah, Riz's girlfriend Kalina is back is like so on the like saying the thing that you're just kind of feeling emotionally.
No, it's Riz's dad's girlfriend.
Riz's dad's girlfriend Kalina is here. So funny. Yeah, really, really good villain. And yeah, just the story of like resurrecting this god and like politics, religion, history intersect, and I'm like, this guy knows how to make a friggin' story. That's cool. But yeah, let's hit your stuff.
We have three paths here. We've already hit Fabian,
Okay.
right? I feel like there's the Fabian of it all, there's the Fig of it all, and then there's the Abernathy of it all. And like, which of the two, B or C? Like, what do you want to do first?
We've hit Fabian. I think like Fig's gonna get me, so I think we should talk about Adine.
Yeah, Adine, right? This is where that idea of like your parents are terrible and don't love you, I think works better because it goes more extreme, right? It catches up to the extremeness of the rest of the world. And God, her parents suck. And and the elves are terrible, and her role as an oracle is interesting, and the fight where she's being petrified and is choosing to like sacrifice herself for the group.
So cool.
Very cool. And that leads to all kinds of shenanigans. But before those shenanigans happen, the image, I don't know if this is invented by D20. I assume not because it's so specific. But the like waterbed balls, like orbs that you trap a wizard in so that they cannot rest and not concentrate and not regain spell slots. Awful. Just awful all around. You can't
try. It's basically sleep deprivation because you can never trance. Is crazy, right. And the fact that like she still has whatever spell slot she had left over, and she like burns like most of the rest of them, and it's just like, yeah, like I mean,
doesn't matter.
Like we're gonna win in the end.
There's 50 elves in this courtyard. Yeah.
Oh my God, is so crazy that like torture scenario. Yeah, but yeah, like Adine's sacrifice, such a like bold player move to like, because literally like they're struggling in that fight, and like most of the characters are like stunned for a huge majority of it, and yeah, I don't know if they like make it out of that fight without like Adine like removing a threat from the table, and
the fact that the lead elf person who's not her parents, like the one who's paired up with her father through a lot of this, essentially like spells it out for her. She's like, yeah, like we remove ourselves from the board here. Your friends are doing okay, but with us still here, they might not make it.
Is really, really cool. Such a cool move. And I think like there's almost like a meta level interestingness to it. Like obviously I would say this like series is like, obviously we're all like pro queer, like leftist, like we're beyond like BuzzFeed pop feminism. Like this is not like the pressing issue of the day.
I would like to think so.
I think that like yes, in general, I think that they handle like female characters, and like Brennan is really good at like giving his player characters like agency, and like there's not like a sense of like they're the healers and supports to like the main guys like at all with them, which is really good. I think that there is just something on a meta level to me of like being a D&D character that gets like damseled basically, but it being like really cool and like one of the coolest moments.
Yes.
And
her being damseled is her having to rescue the actual damsel, which is her sister.
Yeah, and
right.
it being like a self-sacrificing play, and it having nothing to do with like the strength of those two characters. Like they're both like really powerful independent characters with agency before and after that moment, but it like them getting to the like their traditional society and like becoming like locked away in a tower, and it just being the more of a reflection of the barbaricism of these people that's how they've chosen to treat them. Is I don't know, it's
so well
cool.
realized of the elves being like everything is prim and proper, including we have the cleanest torture chambers, right? We have the most elegant solutions, like, oh, your sister's fine, she's just resting in the chamber that doesn't let her rest. It's like, it's awful.
And the like the constant tone thing, I think that's like I mentioned the Abernathy being like my parents. I think that like the only conversations they're ever having like every conversation is just about her tone and being like, well,
it's always talking past the issue and being more about the like the proper channels
or like, I've accommodated you in this way by like acknowledging your presence or whatever. Like it just always like, you're really putting me out here. Like you owe me a lot. Like is the framework from which
you have to accept your role.
Yeah. Every conversation starts. Really, really good job in like depiction and everything. And yeah, I think what you're saying, like Aelwyn adds so much to Adine's thing. Yeah, definitely.
I agree.
Huge emotional
I think
stuff.
the wandering through the image, some of my favorite imagery in the whole show is in this season, and it's all theater of the mind, which is crazy. Because of the live aspect, but like walking through endless like I don't know if they're called husband and wife suites, but like two rooms that are connected by like a bathroom essentially, and it's like the two sisters' rooms, and like walking through endless versions of them, and each scenario is like a moment where Adine could have sided with
or Aelwyn could have sided with Adine.
Thank you. It's so hard. They're so similar names. Aelwyn could have sided with Adine and chose not to. It's very impressive. It's very amazing bits of storytelling there in terms of Siobhan and Brennan like really digging deep into what makes these two characters tick.
Absolutely. And yeah, like as someone with siblings who grew up in a similar situation where there was a lot of conflict, like deeply affecting to me. Like I think you having this like beef and rivalry, and you're like your sibling is the person you hate the most in the world, and then you're like, why were we doing that? Like why were we in that situation to begin with? And like being able to see the bigger picture is so very, very good.
Wanting to protect a sibling from a parent, I think, is just like, it's like a dagger to the heart. Like it's just it. You and I are both the eldest siblings, in some ways. I'm not the oldest sibling, but I am in some scenarios. It's complicated. You and I are both have younger siblings, right? And like wanting to protect them and be there for them and be strong, but also that becoming like a isolating thing, or like it's there's a lot to unpack there that we don't have to get into on this podcast. But
yeah, no, definitely
very well realized in this series and in this season.
Yeah, really, really good stuff in the different phases. I've just flashed to the moment in the final conflict where like Aelwyn's like they're gonna like take down Adine, and Aelwyn's like, but Adine's just a baby. Shut up.
Very well played.
Oh my god,
amazing.
So good.
You want to talk about Fig?
Yeah. Oh my God, Fig Ida. Ah!
Ida is like incredible.
Mm,
Uh, I know that a lot of people, I know that they come out outright and say that she's an autistic
mm.
character in later seasons, but like I think anyone can feel seen with that character in terms of like feeling like you don't think right or that you don't understand where a conversation's going, and it's hysterical at times in the delivery. It's heartwarming. I think her and Adine's friendship is really amazing. Her and Fig's romance obviously is very amazing. Just the perfect, actually the perfect pepper in the soup for sophomore
Yeah,
year. Did not expect this character to be so important by the end of it.
absolutely. It's such a crazily good depiction. Being like so funny without ever like be making fun of like autistic or like neurodivergent people. Like it's just the intensity of the delivery and the like the bird like kind of like movements that Brennan
Yes.
gives her that are just like, what did you mean like that? Okay, that's fine. Like is
What
really.
is the line? I gotta look up what the line is I sent you a month ago at this point, but there's like you have given me quite a vexing riddle.
Oh yeah, like
Like,
an impossible riddle. It's like
oh god,
it's really funny.
just incredible. So we talk a lot about like Fabian being like so well realized or Kristen or what have you. Ida is so well
Mm,
realized and is like the character that like Brendan Lee Mulligan seems like born to play somehow.
really, really good. And I think like what's so beautiful in the Fig Ida romance is that it's like it's so organic. Like Ida, I'm sure Brendan's like, okay, like anytime I introduce a new teen character, they could be shipped with one of my characters. He was not
Mhm.
intending this to be like Fig's girlfriend. I don't think that was like on the table. And I think that like
No, it does not seem like Tracker, for
yeah.
instance, who felt like that was like the intention from
Yeah,
moment
like
one.
Tracker and Zelda are like, okay, these are the romance interests for your
And
character, or
Zelda,
like
yeah.
Maisie in season 3. But like
Hmm.
Ida's just like this other character, and then it comes from this really genuine like place of like Emily Fig character Bleed. I can't say how much one is one or the other,
Sure.
but like of just she loves the type of question that Ida asks all the time. Like she loves to sit back and explain them. I actually think it feels like a little bit of Fig because I think when Emily's playing Fig, like she really tries to do the teen thing. A lot of like being like, yeah, I've actually thought about it, and I have a really deep thought about like this. Like she's kind of trying to chime in a lot with that. But it's like,
Right, like a Fig, one of the Fig's like greatest fears, and it's explored a lot at the end of the season, is like a fear of that she's actually shallow, right?
yeah, exactly.
And so Ida like is the proof against that, where like Fig they have this connection and it's so meaningful and full of like it 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 is a way to highlight that Fig is more than just like the front that she puts up.
Absolutely, and it's like if Ida was made with anyone in line, like it seems pretty clear like Brennan is gunning for like Adine in terms of like like he has Ida be like, yeah, I'm not friends with any girls my age, whatever, that type of thing, and like we're wizard friends,
Mm.
like that's like a clearly kind of like planned idea I think he had about the character. And I think, yeah, like but like Fig being the one to like constantly stop and like explain things like so kindly, so cute, really really good. And then it's just
I found
played out so well in her like tsundere bullshit thing where she's like, I skateboard away.
oh god,
I kiss her and skateboard away.
yes,
So good.
the kiss is incredible. All the hot tub jokes are incredible.
Yeah,
The innuendos of
it's
it
really
all.
funny.
The I found the line, Fig, wear something you would like that other people wouldn't like. I would like that. And then it's Ida. You've constructed a hellish riddle.
Yeah.
Like, it's just the character that can never say what they mean with the character that needs everything literally spelled
Mm.
out. And it's just perfect. But, like, to your point about the girl friendship of, like, Ida and Adine, just well thought out in terms of like a phoenix is immortal in a different way, and Adine is a child, but a child who's going to be immortal or who is immortal and has not experienced the weight of that yet, and them finding each other at this time in their lives where it's like Ida's early on in like a reincarnation cycle, and Adine is inevitably gonna be like live on past, you know, Riz and Gorgug and Fig or what have
Right.
you.
A beating of a
it's
moth's
amazing.
wings and your life is over.
Yes.
Yeah, I think that
As is introduced by Fabian's grandfather, who's obsessed
the
with
main
time, or
character.
who can't perceive time correctly.
Yeah, I think that yeah, that is all very, very good. And beautiful. Lou Wilson blesses it is really good. Um,
Yes.
and yeah, and then the whole like the caboose of that plot being like them trying to like figure out what happened. Like
Yep.
25 words. Fig, you sneaky little bitch. Like, it's
Oh, the best use of the message spell of like all time, of like having to craft the perfect, or sending whatever it is, but having to craft the like, how can I tell her that I know, not tell everybody else, and then also get the actual plot important stuff like out of the way as well. Like, that's great.
so funny. And like, and Fig, like after it, like Fig and Riz being Fig being like, I don't think I would understand, and Riz just being like, I have no context for that. It's just like really funny to
What? Why did she waste so many words on this? Also, there's a bunch of pirate curses that are freebies.
to them being just like gossipy little bitches about like the whole thing, like them asking, like Ida being like, is am I doing something wrong? No, this is amazing. Tell me
No.
everything.
Yes.
That's a really good. I love the toxic Adine. I think like when Adine is like kind of behaving more like Aelwyn, I think she is like really really funny.
Yes.
She has some good moments like that.
They do a lot of good stuff with that in season 3.
Yeah, no, definitely. I feel like I'm ready for some rankings from you.
We gotta start hitting them.
Yeah.
Stuff that we've already covered. Favorite fight? Obviously, Fabian and the Bill Seacaster Warlocks versus Whitclaw, and just disastrous. Amazing other things going on in that episode. Gorgug and Fig flying through the air at like Mach 10, and probably also
On a rope.
like weren't in huge danger, but became in huge danger.
Yeah, I will say that is one of the moments where I'm like, if you want to criticize like metagaming or whatever, it's like they have to let Fabian die, and they don't want to, and they're doing that, and Brennan is just punishing
But I
them so
appreciate
hard
like
for
how
it.
impossible the scenario is.
Yeah, it's really funny. It ends up being the funniest thing, and like, and Zach being like, I forget the question he keeps asking, but he's like, can I do that? And Brendan at one point being like, no, and take 4 points of damage. It's so good. Really, really funny. Yeah.
Turning yourself into like the famous like folk hero or wizard or whatever it is, and being like, can you please help me travel? Okay, so what they hear is they're flying by.
People
favorite
of
fight for
Leviathan.
yes.
Yeah, I think also the my favorite combat is definitely on the hell boat where Bill Seacaster shoots Gallier immediately for the scurvy dog who fucked my wife is really really good.
Now we're friends. Yeah. I love the imagery of the Seacaster Warlocks, and what's his face in particular, Alistair Ash, with like the fiery skull where he got he got chewed on by a mind flare.
So good.
So that's favorite fight. I'm saving favorite episode for now. I'm keeping that. I'm holding that action.
I'm excited.
Favorite bits. The Jungle Down Bim is number 5. He's going to shit in his mouth, and how it keeps escalating. And it never gets resolved, and he stays alive, and it's just incredible. You did tell me that there's a spinoff where they do it in a live show, but I don't care. It's way better.
Rumble in the Jungle, Battle of the Bull.
Don't care about Rumble in the Jungle at all. I just love it as an ongoing bit throughout sophomore year, as Fabian's trying to hide how badly he fucked up.
It's so leaping like a monkey from branch to branch, drinking a to-go coffee.
Yes.
So good. Yeah.
Baron from the Baronese is the favorite bit, not a character I decided, just because I love the concept more than the character. I love the execution, but the concept is so strong of my girlfriend from the town next over, you wouldn't know her, we met online. I lied, okay, I lied. And the fact that he's so willing to tell everybody, and then they're like, no, Riz is too cool. This obviously is his girlfriend, and how that follows up on in sophomore or in junior year. Great bit. Strangest bit is number 3. Uh, the bad kid's sudden obsession with seafood, and how they so hard commit to it, and that's all going on as Fig and Ida are having their, meet their very romantic meet cute what thing, and then they're all like doing conga lines with the shrimp. They make one of the hot tubs the shrimp hot tub, the crab king, all the obsessions with like lobster and seafood and bisque, and just it's so weird and strange, but they so commit to it, and I found it super
They're
funny.
all of them are so locked into like, and it's such a beautiful scene because they both have time to think about what's gonna happen before they're like panning back and forth. So like the entire time Fig and Ida are having this like intense like, what's about, like, is it really gonna happen, like like Fig
Add more butter to it.
yeah, or like
yeah.
like it's so real, like the party moments where like Rog is being really mean. He's like, to Tracker just being like, get down, you're not crab enough, and like Riz crying holding a shrimp being like, they just get caught up in the nets, and then kiss the shrimp, I'm not gonna kiss the shrimp, is so
kiss the shrimp. That them all being the worst partiers, like their failed attempt at partying with like the pirate snuff and the drinking and the drugs, they're so much better at being, it's the most kid-like they are, where they're just like but it's about shrimp and lobster. It makes no sense. It's just great.
Yo, what up, Crab King coming in, I deeply love you.
The best Rog ever gets is in this whole bit, I think.
It's really, really good.
I love that he keeps showing up to high school parties as a graduate later
There's
on.
a window.
And that continuing the Crab King legacy. There's a window. It's still cool, right? We're also still not creepy. Okay, cool.
Really, really, really intensely good. Number 2.
How could I possibly have 2 bits that were better than that? Well, I'll tell you. The best that Zach and Allie, the dynamic duo, ever get is with Gorgug and Kristen going back and continuously and also Brian Murphy and Riz continuously interrupting Sandra Lynn trying to have sex. It's so fucking funny.
So painful.
Because they play it. It's so painful. It's like when they double down's bad enough. The triple down is like, what, Kristen? What are you doing? No, like we're not gonna. Her character doesn't do that. Like she doesn't do that. They don't do that. Like no. Like
you just see this like this fire behind Allie's eyes where it's like they're just like, I know I could do this infinite times and it would get funnier every time, and I cannot be pulled away from it.
And it does.
It's so fucking funny.
We're gonna have a conversation in the morning, and like and getting increasingly mad. Underrated like pair up of like Kristen and Sandra. Like didn't expect there to be so much comedy there. The whole like tracker of it all, and just the perfect conclusion to all that, with him just ruining her night. And she's not even allowed to make the messy mistake that's gonna like she's gonna get shit for the rest of the season.
Yeah, like she made the messy mistake and she didn't even get to like really get into the sex basically. And it's like it's like you get the negative effects of cheating without the benefit of like having a fun night, because your
100%.
your daughter's like idiot friend is being nosy and like oh, it's so fucking funny.
Number 1 probably shouldn't be number 1 in favorite bits. But Gorgug's private long night of the soul of like trying to contact Zelda with the phone or whatever. It starts with him, really taking control of the van boat. And the little song he sings, I've already sung it in this episode, but the like, I'm a little sad and my boat is a van. I was just walking around being like, I'm a little sad and my boat is a van for like days. I found it so fucking funny. It's just like the absolute perfect Gorgug, just like Zakoyama joke snipe, like say the funniest thing in the episode and it'd be like a really understated moment.
It's so good. It's really funny. He's like, just kind of thinking of a song. They like the way he's like so confident, like smiling about it.
And it, like Fig goes like, okay,
I'm feeling really sad, and my van is a boat. I'm feeling really mad, and my boat is a van.
It's a van.
So funny. So there's a
Incredible.
fan song, a D20 fan song I'll have to send you that's like the chorus is, or the verses are that, and then the chorus is just like, the night orb is coming for us. So good. It's really, really funny.
The night orb.
Yeah.
We'll get to the night
no,
orb.
Gorgurk's really great. His private arc.
Yes, trying to and it becoming an artificer thing.
Yeah.
Like incredible. Ranking the parents real quick, sophomore year. I got a little more creative this time because there are so many more parents. Most of them related to Fig, but some Fabian. Telemine, incredible. Love that he hates Gorgug. Love that he doesn't understand how time works. That he could build them all the solutions they need to all their problems, but it would take like 200 years. Good bit. His weird little commune of like sexually stunted children, very funny.
My favorite
Jawbone?
episode of the season easily is just the episode where they sit around and dunk on elves for like the entire thing while like Adine is trapped in a thing, and they're just like
Yep.
what's he gonna say next? Let's like they're just trying to get him to say different words. Weird. It's so fucking good.
You see, that one was a G sound, but like you said, that's fine. Like, yeah, no, it's amazing.
It's 2 words.
You seem to be having trouble with all kinds of sounds and syllables. Good bit. Love that he came back. Jawbone. This is the Jawbone season. He is fully, jumped into the not the dad who
stepped
was
up
around to the stepdad who stepped up. Yeah, whatever the thing is, he's amazing. Everyone wants Jawbone to be their dad, and it's so sweet. And I think that they really capped the season off well with him having his heart to heart with I think he has one with Kristen, but then also with Adine, and giving her all like 17 years of birthday presents. Just so sweet.
I did punch a wall so I don't cry at that. That's so.
I understand. It's so sweet. It's almost saccharine, but it's not because it's really well done.
Yeah.
Parent number. I only have 4 parents.
That's fair. There's only so many parents.
Number 3. He's great. I left Galir off the list. I forgot about that.
Well, because he's one of the bad kids.
As a joke.
He'd be in your bad kid.
I did this in my own notes as a joke. That's why there's only 4. Galir doesn't count because he's one of the bad kids. Which means we're moving on to number 2. Controversial pick. The stepmom who stepped up. Cathilda.
Oh yeah.
Just great. I'm sad that she was only around for half the adventure, but I love how capable she is. I love the image of this badass warrior in like leg warmers and like mom joggers.
Yeah.
Super funny. Fabian not knowing how maids work and thinking that they like follow some kind of weird like law, like magic, is incredible.
Dream?
Yeah. That's not how maids work. Fabian, I don't think you know how maids work. And then for being just so messy and the willingness to just explore this messiness and say that adults can be complicated and bad at times, but not be perfect, but not be evil because of it. Right. Sandra Lynn, I think, just has it's the best Sandra Lynn season.
It's very crazy that she has such a deep art. There's just all this stuff about polyamory. It gets a bit much for me sometimes. I think on re-listens, it's like the politics of it, but it's interesting and it's crazy and messy and yeah, Fig's having to like live with it in the moment, which is insane.
Adds to the anxiety that all the characters are feeling. Like that being the thing that is prodding her the entire season is incredible.
Definitely, yeah. Next ranking.
And then actual number 1 is Galir, to be clear.
Yeah.
Galir, just the pride armor stuff. You knew it had to happen. But it's amazing. Them forcing Brennan to like let them keep him alive, and him dying in every encounter. Him describing what it feels like to die in the first encounter at the hotel is just unbelievable.
So funny. The
I got hit harder than I got. It didn't even hurt, but just suddenly my bones were there, and they not were supposed to be before.
The bits of Galir in this one, he was feeling a little free. He was kind of feeling himself, so he opened the door and he just wanted to let his bare feet touch the morning dew, which caused him to get stuck in the wheel well for
Yep,
like multiple
a
episodes
whole episode.
to explain his
Yeah.
absence. His car got repossessed by a rideshare app because he was so in
Yep.
debt to them. The dwarven youths are like throwing skateboards at him.
They're throwing whole skateboards.
He got banned.
Yes, it was quite painful.
The bus driver said that he's not allowed to take the bus, or like he will quote stomp my goon ass next time I try to do it.
Oh yeah, when he tries to remove himself from the situation, and then the bus won't take him.
So funny.
Him getting mugged, just incredible.
The gift that keeps on giving. I love all the different characters like form relationships to Galir. Like they're like Kristen is constantly dismissing like, oh, you work at the school, like he's constantly forgetting who he is. Fabian's like
him being Fabian's greatest fear.
Character arc starts to revolve, like he becomes the representative of like the anti-Bill Seacaster that he's afraid of becoming. You know, he's like a lot of Fake's arc and like support, like she'll like level with him.
I like when he drops the kayfabe drops for a minute, and he's like a very good stepfather, right? And he is shown to be more of a victim of the whole situation as well.
Absolutely,
right?
Yeah, no, it's
because he thought Fig was his biological daughter,
right? Exactly. There's good character stuff combined with just the it's like, hey Brennan, what did Galir do today? It's just Brennan's like, all right, like, well,
he tripped on his shoelaces and died. Yeah, like
it's so good. Great stuff.
The most rapid fire Brenda Lee Mulligan characters. I have 5. Garthy O'Brien, Messy They Them, who is like an unbelievable ally
so cool.
In the Leviathan scenarios. Love the voice, love the characterization, just great. Alistair Ash, number 4.
I'm gonna fucking kill you.
The MLM, I'm gonna fucking kill you. Well, that's 4 gold pieces, and then but then I get some people under me, and it's like it makes like a very triangle like shape or whatever. Hated the character at first because I loved that the characters hated the character as well, and that made me love him in terms of how annoying he is. It's this crazy street urchin who is just so pitiful that you come around to loving him, and then he's in hell.
The bit about
having a great time
where he's like trying to like pull into an alley so that he can like send his money, like do a ritual to send money to like old Bill, and like there's just this huge debate over like whether they should trust him because he refuses to explain anything of what's about to happen. So funny. Yeah, no, he's very memorable. I like him too.
Brings Leviathan to life like super fully, like very quickly.
Absolutely.
Before we get to the Compass library and all that.
Yeah.
Number 3, Van Boat. Just the chillest dude. Such an amazing alternate version of the Hangman, where it's like absolute chill versus like intense all the time. I love that the Hangman hates the Hangman. I love they start calling it the Hangman. Love it. Just unbelievable. Pretty much like the only hippie character, like straight up hippie character that's like in the series, and it's a van.
It's
the van itself is like the id of the hippie.
It's really good. It's you got to make your vehicles talk. You know, it's
absolutely.
It provides so much more investment in the van throughout the series, as that is like the setting basically that they're bringing with them everywhere. Is really really good. Are we? Is it number 2 next?
Number 2, Ida. Already talked about it. Love my autistic phoenix. Feel seen. She's amazing. A great like bit of fantasy writing, just in terms of making a phoenix like
half human, half phoenix.
Someone suffering. That, but also just like suffering from reincarnation and it making them like making her have like feel like she has to like agree with like the precedents set up by her past lives, and that just being a really cool bit of writing that then turns into a lot of great character writing and interactions, and her whole thing with her dad and making friends, just great.
Her parents like being herself weirdly, or like one of her raising figures, and that being such an important theme of the series is super interesting. I agree. And I gotta know number one.
Yes. Number one. Never in a million years would I have expected this in season 1. It is Aelwyn Abernant.
I love Aelwyn.
I love Aelwyn.
So good.
So I can now reveal my favorite episode of Sophomore Year, which is, I believe, called Revelations and Revivifications, and it's the like post-battle. We've rescued Aelwyn, and we're like unpacking that, and they find the Aelwyn like backup in case of emergency, back me up like procedure and all that. But before that happens, you get like having been tortured Aelwyn, like having a heart-to-heart with Adine, and it's so sweet and it's so well acted between Siobhan and Brennan, and it's a little detail that's thrown in at the very end where like they fall asleep in each other's arms in the van, and her magic is intuitively creating like, I don't remember, it's not shield
like
spell, but it's like a similar like
spell. Yeah.
Yes, to like protect them. And I thought that was just like a absolute beautiful piece of writing. It did make me tear up. I didn't expect it. I thought it was just wonderful.
Heartbreaking.
And so yeah, easily my favorite character, Brennan Lee Mulligan character of season 2.
She's awesome. I love, and it's beautiful. Like they set out, Fabian's main goal is to find her, and Adine is like, fuck her, let her rot. And then by the end of it, Adine is like all about her, and she's kind of an afterthought for Fabian, where they end up like not really being together by junior year. Really, really good stuff.
Yep. Really good.
I think
stuff.
I'll just mention my favorite NPC before we move on.
Sure.
Welcome to the bottomless pit, mistress.
Baby, how could I forget?
It's like, do we have to like sign a waiver or anything? Yes. It's so, like, it's everything I ever wanted a character. It's my exact favorite thing of humor. Is like, if you were to give me erogenous zones, where would you put them?
Oh, we'll table that discussion for later. You're really committing to the baby thing, huh? Your name's Crotch Retrot, right? It's like, not baby now.
Baby on a bar.
It's one of those things where you could feel Ridley Mulligan going like, "Oh, you want to do a funny bit? I'm gonna make it the worst bit ever." Like it's instant revenge, like karma, being like, "No." I know that you say the antagonistic bits of it can be out overplayed or whatever. That's one where I was like, I loved it immediately.
Really, really
they
good.
were like, I mean, he doesn't have to be called baby, but it's like, I'm baby now.
It's so good. Should I whisper or scream? And then, oh my god, when he's like, he was trying to make a friend and he like whispered, you know what I've always thought, and it just makes the gnome throw up, and he just goes, it didn't work. It's so funny. What if he kills me?
You sent me the little like plush baby you can buy that you can like squeeze.
It costs like $100 to ship anything from the Dropout store to Japan.
That's tough.
I need that. It's so.
It's really tough.
Yeah.
Those little minifigs are like really well priced, and I was impressed.
They're really good. Let's move on.
Quick fire. Riz, 6th place for sophomore year. Sorry, Riz, you were the main character this season, but other people had cooler stuff. I like when he goes to heaven and finds his dad.
I like asexual arc. It's good. Asexual representation. Shout out. Really good.
Agreed. I like that he doesn't have any romantic stuff going on. It's great. The Baron of the Baronese, amazing. Gorgug, super strong, but has stronger seasons. Trying to make the cell phone tower the entire time. Very, very funny. Love the Gorgug, Riz, Fabian trio. Amazing. 4, Kristen Appleby's, unfortunately, back in 4th place. Still great. Cleric stuff definitely kind of drags on a little bit, but very good. Still just an amazingly well-realized character. Love the stuff with Tracker. Thought it was all very, very funny. 4th is now a really strong 4th because all 6 are just incredible. Fig sliding into 3rd. Amazing, but jumping way ahead, Adine in number 2.
Wow. Look at her go.
All the reasons we've discussed. Adine this is the Adine season to me. I love it. Fabian number 1. come on. It's not fair.
It absolutely
Fabian,
isn't.
you need to like retire the Fabian jersey, and Fabian's just permanent number one because sophomore year is so good.
So good. Junior year. Now
Junior year.
now the story is about high school. Now the story is actually about
all of a sudden
what happens in high school to people who are in high school. Season 1 is about like high school movies and the Breakfast Club and the image of high school. And season 2 is like, let's have these crazy teenagers that we love just go wild around the world and do a bunch of funny bits. And junior year's like, you remember what high school was actually like? Fucking sucked. And that's what they go through in this season. I adore junior year.
Yes.
I really, really like it. I'm very fond.
High level thoughts. It is what freshman year wanted to be. Downtime system, incredible. Like, I actually was like really looking forward to every time it came up in those episodes that would normally be like the slower scene setting episodes. Making that a mechanic, brilliant.
Mm-hmm.
Coolest thing I've ever seen a D&D show do. Like, just really, really, really cool.
And the characters having such arcs that like there's clearly a lot of like pre-planning and like above table discussion for it happen to have like arcs that really meld with that system is really cool as well. Definitely.
The meta discussion that people are upset that it's like maybe too on rails, don't care about it. It worked really well and throw it away. Like, I think it's fine for people to discuss things off table and then bring it in. They still commit to roles a lot. It would be a really boring season if everyone died in like episode 19 of 20 or what have you. Like, come on. People think they want that. They don't want that.
Absolutely. Yeah. No
my
way.
thought on it. The Rat Grinders and the meta of it all. Making it a milestone versus XP debate is so petty. What a petty bitch. But it is an incredible use of D&D systems in storytelling, right? To like develop a team of bizarro Funhouse mirror versions of our bad kids and make them all like XP farmers. Great.
So good. It's my favorite thing in anything where there's shadow flipped versions of all of the characters that are foils to them. It's like as once they got like the second and then the third, like, and it started dawning on me like, oh, they're all gonna have like shadow versions of themselves. I think it's losing it.
Emily is like, I wonder if there's gonna be a barbarian and a this and a that too.
So good. Some of my favorite characters. I'm sure we'll get to them individually.
Yes.
But yes, really, really cool. Yeah.
Is Copper Lady Ketter bitch the character you told me about that was based off of the Election character that we watched? Election, great movie. You should all watch it.
I watched Election
and our podcast on it
because of this, and it was a really good movie. But it's also there's differences in those characters. But I love both of them, and I think they're so good. And I think Caperlily Copperkettle is inspired, is an absolute gem of a villain. Did you have more top level thoughts, or are we gonna dive into it?
I'll just let you know that I could not limit it to 5 bits for this season. This is a season of bits in a great way. I have 9, and number 6 on that list is no one being able to remember the villain's name, and Allie calls her little doggy girl caller, and I laughed really, really hard. So I just wanted to throw that out there.
Is fucking Kettle Krispy Kreme around? So like,
some add-ons are some of the meanest ones, and that's also really funny. This is again what we talked about in the freshman year section, but like add-on. So Siobhan coming into her own as like Gorgug 2 in terms of like acting out of character is funnier than being a consistent character, and like that's never more true than junior year where these characters are so established, and so you start to get like tough guy Gorgug and like catty Adine, and like you said of it being like Aelwyn and Adine, kind of that influence. I think it's great.
Yeah, I've always like interpreted as like her becoming more like her sister and more toxic in a way that's just really funny. Clamface cunt bitch. I think one of like I have to really like commend Siobhan in this season because I think this goes like under celebrated. I think it's a really strong character choice to have like Adine hate and be really resentful of Kipper Lily, because even though Kipper Lily is
Mhm.
like Riz's foil, in a lot of ways, like she is doing the thing, like she's another Aelwyn, and she's doing the thing that Adine
Right.
tried to do and failed at, and then like found a better path. Um,
Which is making like a perfect high school experience, right? Like crafting it,
yes,
forcing it against your will or against anyone else's will. It's very
yeah,
elf.
getting the highest GPA and the all the brass rings or whatever, and she like I think it's there's several scenes where like you can tell Siobhan's really leaning into like my character like hates Kipper Lily and can't let it go, and like the when
Hmm.
she's talking to Aelwyn, like, oh, this is so good, oh, tell me everything, like she's really like milking that like add-on hates Kipper Lily
There's a lot
thing.
of Shaban going, I just hate her. And it's very
She is
fun.
worse than Calvix. Yeah, no, I really like that.
Yes.
Really, really good. I think that junior year is awesome. I really connected to it. Yeah, I should just talk about the thing that I want to
You
talk
want to
about
go
most
the
about.
high school admin of it all, like the failing kids constantly because of systems that are too
Can
restrictive.
you find the character that I related to the most in junior? Because I think you're
Is it Gorgug?
not even,
Is it? Oh yeah, of course. It's both. They both have the same problem, but yeah, Fig.
not even Sam. Kristen Appleby's junior year is the most relatable
I see.
character that has ever existed in fiction to me. Yes, I love Fig the most. Yes, Fig
Is
and
it because you
Gorgut's
were student body president?
Fig and Gorgut's arcs hit me a lot. Being so like failing at everything in life and having ADHD and not having any kind of support system and just like free falling through all this shit and then deflecting with being like, yeah, man, it's like, like there's a Brennan quote. I don't know where this came from, but he's like Kristen's a hard kid to deal with because you can tell they're struggling, and you're like, hey, do you need help? And Kristen would be like, yeah, I need help. Open to this can of salsa. Like it's like you get
Right.
like that was me. I think for a very long time
Ooh.
of just funny, 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 and
Deflecting until like your shield has been chipped away to nothing,
yes.
and you're just a raw piece of like metal at that
Oh my
point.
god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and yeah, the specificity of that with like the ADHD struggles and her arc of like
Hmm.
she does care about this. It's not that she's not
Right.
invested. It's like the busy work or like you hit a difficult point and then you just like abandon ship. And the difficult point for her is like evangelizing and proselytizing, and the resolution to that is really to like come at it a different way, which is like it's got to be deep individual connections. This is not going to be a big
Right.
tent religion ever. Like this has got to be like individual people who are really like devoted to it. But you're getting all this pressure
Jumping
like
way ahead, I thought the solution to make it a pantheon it was like,
yeah,
oh, that's
no,
perfect.
it's so cool. And yeah, like the pressure to have your idea like fit into like something that's gonna look good on paper and like be in people's
Hmm.
expectations, and not being able to like do the follow through with that was extremely relatable. Plus like the struggling like queer thing, as I've said, I kind of lean towards the interpretation that like Kristen might have a trans arc coming. um
Hmm.
but I think that yeah, just being a meme. And then yeah, like running for class president for the exact same reason that I ran for class president, which is well,
This system is stupid. Let's break it
I gotta
down.
do something. Like nothing looks
Right.
good, let me like make fun of this, and everyone will vote for me because I'm being like a fucking heel, and I'm like, I don't know, like threading this needle. Like I became class president because I threaded the needle of like the kids who were like fuck the school were like, wow, like Mallory's such a rebel, and the kids who were pro the school, I was doing like I'm super American parodies because I was a British kid.
Hmm.
Um, they were like, oh wow, Mallory's American, ha ha ha. And that's
Right.
the reason why, and it's like
You tricked all those dumb American patriots into voting for you.
absolutely. And me making like a YouTube video where I'm like dancing around like having a bald eagle on a skateboard and stuff is like that is my shrimp jump. And yeah, and just and that being such a fucking hollow and vapid thing to pursue, even when you're doing it ironically,
Li-
is yeah,
Listen,
very
audience.
good.
Mallory in high school is exactly what you expect. Like, we can just leave it at that.
Yeah. And also becoming like a fucking bully, like basically like Kristen like getting up at, what'd you say about my problems to like Adine and stuff like that.
Weird jock Kristen. Incredible choice. Just bizarre. Never explained, but perfect.
Keep my name out of your mouth. It's so
To say to a teammate, to say to like a member of your party.
so fucking
I'm
funny.
getting a lot of weird energy from Kristen this season.
Yeah, her like with like Rog, like the continuation of her being like super toxic about Tracker and like just being like, who's the bitch sitting on her lap, Rog? And, like Rog just being like, and, like Brandon like fully breaking character, being like, Rog has never received this kind of energy. Like Kristen has just been like, yes, bitch, the whole time.
Every time they bring in characters from past seasons and they're meeting new Kristen, and they're like, you changed? Yeah, something's different.
What's different? Yeah, like the hostile
Yes.
aggro defensive thing is so fucking funny. And I think if not to address Reddit because we don't have time to, but like I think a lot of the criticism of Kristen is like people getting offended by that. Honestly, that is my take. I think a lot of people relate a lot more to being a bullied kid than being someone who's like deflecting because they're aggro.
Both
it's
can
good.
happen.
Both can happen.
Both emotions are real.
People are missing flawed. I love it. I'm represented. Yeah, I don't know. Great stuff.
I agree.
Let's keep moving.
Tragically, yeah, we are running out of time here. We have a hard deadline for this episode, so I'm just gonna kind of quick fire through some bits, and then we can talk more Rat Grinders, plot, what have you. Just want to say, the Bard kid quitting the class because of how bad Fabian fucked up. Incredible.
I'm never gonna play music again.
Never found out if it was because of the toxic soil or the rage or whatever. Just left ambiguous and so strange and so well played. Love it. I have 9 bits, as I said. So
yeah, let's keep going.
Quick through it. There's a rat society under the school, and that's just thrown as like an offhanded
There's
comment.
not a rat
Very
world
funny.
under the school. What are you talking about?
What? I can't believe this is only 7, but the Vulture King and answering a riddle simultaneously and the urge with it, that is such a moment where players are actually fighting each other like, no, we're gonna fuck this up, like we can't do this, or no, we have to do this because it's for the bit. Like, unbelievable. I love how fully divided they all were.
Shout out to this. I like Gorgug and Fabian were still stunned. Adine didn't say anything. Kristen was like, 1 vote, it's Riz. 1 answer, it's Riz. Riz was trying to do it like by themselves. Fig is the one. Emily is the one that leans back in her chair and goes, simultaneously. Is so fucking good and is responsible for the best thing ever and like wins,
leading to a 5-minute argument of the actual players, which is great.
That's the thing. No one was on her side, and she gets all the other 4 onto her side, away from her, from Murph, who's just like, "No, you guys are gonna say something weird." It's so funny.
Yep.
Yeah.
Amazing. Actually stressful and great.
Keep going.
We've already talked about it. No one being able to remember the villain's name. Unbelievable. Yes. Little doggy girl caller. I tattoo it on me. I think it's so funny.
It's really, really good.
K2. I have this in bits, mainly because of the divine intervention sacrifice, and also she's pregnant.
She throws away her
pregnant
vape.
British.
Wow.
Just the whole like Ridley Mulligan quitting and then Zach Oyama hopping right in the seat to play it out is so funny. I gotta go call an Uber. It's gonna take another 40 minutes. Like, it's great.
Zach is the DM for K2 canonically. She's real. She lives in the UK. She's in our world.
Cassandra has brought you hear from your god who you haven't heard from in a while that she's brought her to the real world. And Lou Wilson goes, do I have to buy a gun? Unbelievable. How is that only 5? It's because 4, another Kristen bit, campaigning at the middle school, but also campaigning at the steelworkers factory and running headfirst into a buzzsaw.
The physical acting, there's some like good physical acting
Yes,
moments from like a lot of players. The like is so well done. It's really great.
100%.
Security,
It's so
security detail.
the most failed girl a character has like ever
Mm,
been. Just incredible. Um, Fabian not knowing how to feed himself at number 4. All the milk, all the fried rice, just like a great bit so early on that just keeps going and evolves into like the bad baby milk and the whole thing. Amazing.
yes.
Poor Seacaster Manor. I'll just lump in there because I'd left it off the list. But the pirates that can only sing "Happy Birthday" and if they don't, they will unionize.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's really fun. And then they're super chill with Fig.
Yeah, for no
They
reason.
just hate
Yeah,
this
doesn't
rich
make any
asshole.
sense.
This is really funny.
And when everything's going wrong in the house, they're trying to keep the panic from setting in with the school, and they start doing the "Happy Birthday." Unbelievable. I'm losing my voice. Holy shit. Number 2. Killing or abandoning every team member made between seasons, fighting the Night Yorb.
Mm.
It took me a minute to pick up on what they were doing, and when I realized when the fucking vampire, when the sun comes out and the guy
He's a centaur,
bursts in
and he
dust,
goes,
and they're
I'm a vampire.
he was a vampire the entire time. Unbelievable. So fucking funny. May come up again in another list. And then I sent this to you earlier in the week, but Gorgug introducing his parents to Cloaca the construct is maybe the hardest I've laughed in all of junior year because they're trying so hard to be supportive, and Brandley Mulligan can't figure out how to play the Thistle Springs as like this is a bridge too
Disappointed.
far even for them.
Yeah.
Because Cloaca is so weird. It's just screaming, I suck.
What's great about it is there's so much room for more feathers.
Yeah.
So you're saying there's not enough feathers? No.
No.
So good. Absolutely. A really good roundup of bits. Gotta love it, Sam. I'll do my one favorite bit, which is hot seltzer. Gah! Gah! They keep doing it.
Oh,
Ah!
yes. In hell, it's like the fridge only keeps it warm, and then like casting the ice on it. That being how they know that Galir doesn't have luck anymore. Yeah.
So funny. Yeah, and yeah, obviously baby and baby. Baby, little baby. Really good. Yeah, let's move on to your other rankings.
Just gonna combine this. I think this is the best season for combat. I think the Ragnarok fight's great.
So cool.
I think the Last Stand fight is really great. How inventive, amazing. It's probably my favorite episode. That or the Mall episode, also super inventive. With all the rage wizards, the setting is just really fun. The oodles of strudel and the strudel dimension, incredible.
Gotta keep it hot.
Gotta keep it hot. Brendan Lee Mulligan characters. Scream is number 5.
Good.
Can't be forgotten. Love that he comes back at the end. Scream. Love the commitment to characters that only say their names like Pokemon. I could have also put the Artificer kid in here that Gorgug secretly had a relationship with.
So good. Oh man. Wait, are you talking about? Oh yeah, the kind of a situationship unit.
Yes. And starting the episode with him saying like the cowgirls line.
Even
that
cowgirls get the
they
blues.
Like, made an agreement beforehand. Yeah. Really, really fucking funny. Kristen and Zach Oyama, just incredible.
Yeah, they're a good combo.
Allie Beardsley and Zach Oyama, amazing duo. Number 4, I feel like we can take some time on this one. Marianne Scuttle, Tomodachi loving.
I've been waiting.
Rat grinder. I know.
Jace, I need a ride.
Jace. The fact that she votes for herself is so funny. I knew one of them was going to do it, but of course it was Marianne.
Oh, she's so good. She's really fucking funny. Such a, like, there's a part, I think it was an adventuring part, like, because I know you unfortunately didn't have time to listen to the adventuring parties, like the talkback shows for it. A lot of the interaction, like, she is kind of the main topic of a lot of adventuring parties. And Emily says a couple times, she's like, I think that Marianne is more representative of like teenage girl, like more relatable than any teenage girl I've encountered in fiction, basically. Um, and yeah, it's like wanting to invite her on the Complicated Women podcast, and like Siobhan being like, she's not complicated. That's her thing. She's there's nothing complex about her.
There's nothing there.
She likes her strawberry, and that's it. Yeah, no,
My strawberry.
extremely fucking funny, amazing character.
That being the first thing she says when she's like brought back to life, and unbelievable.
So good. And then the twist ending of her and Gorga getting together. You got a girlfriend?
Oh no.
My dad makes benches in his shop. I like
Yep.
to sit down. Does not miss a
Gorga.
this one.
Gorga and Fabian comparing notes on losing their V cards or whatever. Gorga being like, I wasn't a virgin. Just unbelievable. Just throwing that, just peppering in those little bits.
Really, really funny.
The only rack grinder I have ahead is Ruben.
Ooh.
Mainly because of the season-long failure to launch of the Fig Hilda. Is it Hilda or Wanda
Childa?
Wanda Childa romance.
I like the Wanda here. I like the Wanda
God,
there.
I know the difference between those two, Mallory. That's what you've done to me.
Oh man, Wanda Childa is awesome. I get really small and tiny, and I walk around, and I'm doing this out of the side of the car.
Her making the bus, and it's a nat 20 roll, and the bus driver is like a fully formed being that is starting to pick up on the fact that it's losing like its place in reality.
So
and it being her riding on her skateboard.
Oh man, yeah, Wanda Childa is fucking awesome. Yeah, Ruben.
Mm-hmm.
Ruben's good. The invading his dreams and stuff. Like, as much as she's like, I wasted my whole season or whatever, they do get a lot of like interesting stuff out of like their things with Ruben. And it's like it is Fig at her best, like just psychically, engaging in warfare against like one of these team members is good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Did you have a number 2?
I do. It's Aelwyn again.
Hell yeah.
Repeat vote. Love cat girl Aelwyn. I have so much love to give exclusively to cats. Just incredible. I know they put it on a shirt. I wrote that line down before I even knew that.
It's really cute.
It goes from like a cat to like 10 to 15 by the time she's moving back into the manor. Incredible.
Yeah, I think Aelwyn's season 3 really touched me of like, I think, yeah, connecting to siblings.
Getting to be a big sister finally, but being bad at it.
Yeah, like after you finally like gotten out of this like situation, you've like made your peace. There's a line delivery of like, do you want to go sit on a hill overlooking the ruins of where our house used to be? Like and like Adine in all those scenes is trying so hard to be like gently supportive of her like sister who's like clearly going through it. Is like, that is so, I mean, that's my idea of a good time.
Her having a whole like mid-20s arc in the background, unbelievable.
It's really, really good. Like the yeah, Aelwyn, awesome.
Aelwyn. And at number 1, just because you have to honor the sacrifice, is Connor Counterspell. Because it's nothing. It's just a guy who rhymes, but he's the one to give the heroic sacrifice to save them, and I think it was just perfect. Like, it's so strange and weird, and I love it so much. And like, when they try and bring him back and he fucks up the first rhyme, and it's like, it's okay, man, you've been out of the game for a while.
Connor Counterspell is awesome. Yeah, no, extremely good. Like, as soon as he's introduced with a little jaunty skip, it's like, oh, Connor Counterspell. Because it's like, just being like, yeah, I only exist to do this one function in this fight, and that's it. It's really good.
Exactly. It's an Emily character, but a Brendan Lee Mulligan invention. It's
yeah,
fun.
No, it's awesome. I'll shout out the Rack Grinders really quick as like star NPCs.
I know I missed some of them.
They're such good like toxic high schooler stuff. I think like Oshin quietly having this like incel like nerd suddenly gets hot and is really resentful of everyone around him arc is like or mask reveal is really cool. in a realistic situation. I wish there had been more Oshin Adine interactions as well as Ivy Fabian interactions. I think Ivy is like,
Mm-hmm.
she
Ivy's the one that definitely.
she's kind of filling in that same toxic thing. It sucks that based on a dice roll, it doesn't go back because like it sucks that I feel like Lou had full intent for Fabian to like fully cheat, like fully two-time these two different girls and try to juggle them, and it doesn't
Yes.
pan out. And I'm like, that would have been such a good arc of like him.
The Twister bit's still good.
It is really good. Like that scene where like they watch him be a social coward is really really funny. I love a lot. Kimberly Copper Kettle, obviously amazing. Complicated
Yes.
with.
I think on a rewatch, like tracing her arc throughout the season would be really rewarding,
Yeah.
and I would like to do that at some point.
It's so good. And the brimming hatred, like every time it reveals itself, is so
All the jawbone
funny.
stuff is
like
yeah.
the jawbone stuff is crazy cool, but like like the cynicism of like you should which like that's a real fuck it. The amount of douchebags that we went to high school with that would be
The
like
amount of grudges held by people who like, I don't think about you at all, you know?
or but like the amount of people that are like, I'm gonna lie about being black and gay on my college transcript, and that was like a common fucking joke being bandied around like in the AP classes. Fucking stupid.
Yes, I'm upset at these people getting what I perceive as preferential treatment. And so I'm gonna make the system worse to make myself feel better about it instead of just doing the work, basically.
Exactly, and being exploited by putting yourself in the prime position to be exploited by an adult with another agenda. Like, really cool stuff. Really well thought out character. Some of my favorite moments of like Kristen being like, "What do you want, Kipper Lily? I want you to go fuck yourself." It's so ooh, cooking.
Incredible.
She thinks that everyone is going to elect Kristen as a joke, and that she's not actually going to do it. And then Fig like, can I roll to see if that is actually what we're doing?
Yeah, Fig and Riz both have moments where they're like questioning Kristen's intentions, and I think that's really funny.
Yeah, very very good. I think we covered all the. Oh my God, Buddy Don!
Yes, Buddy Don.
North Carolina represent, dude. I think Buddy Don
I suppose.
is fucking like, well, I'm sorry,
we'll have
Mr.
time for Buddy Don,
Seacaster. I'd like
mother.
to be a good baby. Is like the most like the shit that people would just say to you, like not batting an eye. That it's like,
Yep.
Okay, like you can't even go on this.
We have met
joke.
some very strange, very sheltered rednecks in our lives, and it's interesting.
Yeah, not just yeah, crazy stuff. But yeah, continue.
Intrepid heroes, they're all number one in my heart. Yeah. They're all amazing. I can't choose. They're great. It's Adine. Anyway, for all the reasons has been discussed.
My number one's Kristen for this season still, but
she is my number 2. Which is the highest I have Kristen in all the rankings.
Definitely.
But they're under rankings. They're all number 1.
Fig's cool in this season. I relate to her identity crisis thing.
Didn't even talk about the curse.
Multiclasses.
Amazing mechanically. All the multiclassing amazing.
Porter.
Great arc. Great commitment to the bit. Porter. It had to be, right? It was inevitable, but it's also very fun.
It's really good. That's not the fucking name! He's really good. Having an angry guy as a boss is like doesn't work very well.
Yes, I love how it mechanically falls apart, but it feels true to the story and true to the characters of like having two very not smart people trying to lead the charge.
Yeah,
and getting rid of their cleric.
I like that he's the teacher from Frindle, and the teacher from Frindle where she like is like, I hate Frindle in order to inspire him to do better, and then she like dies and writes him a note like, I was just trying to see you grow and be the villain for you. And Porter like basically kind of being that, but like actively doing it. But it's just because he has another fucking agenda, and that's my opinion. I hate that shit. I hate the fucking lady from Frindle, and I hate Porter. And
I don't know what Frindle is, but I'll take your word for it.
It's where he starts calling a pencil a Frindle, and it leads a revolution across America. And the strict teacher's like, it's not a Frindle. You must obey the dictionary. And then she like dies and like writes him a letter like years later, being like, I did this so that you could
I only wanted what was best for
be
you.
stronger. Yeah, fuck that mindset. Fuck Porter. I'm glad she has Porter's nuts on a fucking chain. Stupid bitch. Yeah, that's what I gotta say.
I was a little sad that some of the villains didn't actually end up in the bottomless pit, but
Oh,
maybe it will be explored in senior year.
certainly. Yeah. That's a good roundup. Any other
It's a good roundup.
thoughts or rankings?
I can barely speak. I don't know how people play D&D for 5 hours at a time, let alone podcast. Final rankings is the ranking of Dimension 20 itself,
Whoa.
which is something that we do at the Nobody Leaves podcast. We're at the rankings. We're here.
We're here.
We're here. You know, Mallory, it occurs to me that you gave Persona 5. No. It's Gong Watch. It's absolutely, there's no talking about it. It is the absolute pinnacle of this art form, says I, who's only finished one D&D show. So
Avid consumer of this
you're
art
listening
form.
to this podcast. You like my opinions, maybe. Yeah, it's Gong Watch. S tier.
I love it. It deserves it. It's really, really fucking cool. I'm so excited to get you on more seasons of this somehow in our format because it's tough. It's a lot to watch. It's tough to do outside of giving you 6 months at a time.
Are you gonna burn your bonus action? Are you gonna long pitch another Dimension 20 series?
Well, Sam,
because that would be, well,
I think it's time. I think it's time for the pitch, the moment that you've been waiting for, which I know that you've been waiting for.
well, I've been waiting for it, and we're not rushing it at all. I don't know what you're talking about.
We're not rushing it. We got so much time.
You got so much time. You have so much red paint on your face, Mallory. You gotta go to school. What are you gonna do?
I'll just be a little sunburned on a rainy day. I think.
What am I gonna be watching for the next 6 months? I'm making you watch Better Call Saul.
So here's the thing. Last time you did a video game, and I did a watch thing. And this time you're doing a TV series. Like now I have to watch something. So I figured we could like go gamers. And
am I gaming?
It's time to game. And
oh, I know what you're gonna do.
No, I don't think you realize. Here's the thing.
I'm gonna write it down.
Okay.
I'm writing it down right now. Because I'm pretty sure I know exactly what you're gonna do.
I've been planning this for a while, and
will I soul read you right now? We'll see.
I kind of I think there's something you think that I'm gonna do, and I'm actually doing something different. I think that's it.
Okay, hit me.
I'm so curious though. It would be really funny if you soul read me.
I don't want to take your thunder, but if I get this, I'm gonna take your thunder.
This is the speech I've been preparing for this pitch.
Okay.
Joy is a choice. We choose every day whether we're going to have fun or suffer, and perception, everything. Like you can't just enjoy stuff without doing a little work. So I gave you Dimension 20. I think it's one of the best shows ever made.
Mm-hmm.
I think it does absolutely just come watch. It's so fucking cool. And I think that but it's been a little easy for you. I think it's time to, get a little bit of work.
Okay.
But, if we're working, who says we can't go on a vacation? So Sam, we're going to Hawaii with Pokemon Sun and Moon. We're going to be playing through the entire game.
My God.
This is
bitch.
One of the longest standing beefs in our friendship, for context. Sun and Moon is where Sam really kind of dropped off of the Pokemon. Like, he'll play Pokemon games, but...
It is my long night of the soul with Pokemon.
Yeah, this was the one where he's like, I'm not finishing it. The Rotom Dex is really annoying. The characters talk too much.
Mm-hmm.
And I, for years, have said, there's some little... If you can kind of, like, claw it... Like, there's stuff there that if you are ready to appreciate it, you can. You just gotta kind of be like, ugh, taking an L on this part. But there's some good
I'm wearing
stuff.
the right hat for it already.
I think that Sun and Moon is awesome and one of my favorite games, and I think that you're gonna get to the end, and I'm hoping that we spark even just a little bit of joy in your life from this 3DS title. Sam, we're gonna be playing this. Not only are we gonna be playing this through, we are going to be battling each other at the end. We are going to whatever teams we have, and these are the partners we grew with. These are not like we're not like competitive optimizing or whatever partners we grew with. We are gonna have a showdown.
my Champion League party is gonna fight your Champion League party. Is that what I'm getting
Absolutely. That's what's gonna happen.
Understood.
We're gonna do that. I think that we could record it maybe separately and like tack it into the episode. I think would be really, really good.
6 Rotoms. Yep, just gonna fully embrace the piece of shit game that hates if a player explores, hates if a player walks down the street without being yelled at. The most rule following, pansy, fucking terrible Pokemon game to exist. Mallory, I had written down
I knew that's what you thought I was gonna
I was knocking on the door of it. I was close, but not
that would have
no
been
cigar.
a good game.
Yeah. I thought you were gonna maybe play Awakening or Three Houses. So.
Yeah, no, I think we gotta do Pokemon because this is about like squashing a beef, and we're gonna get to the end of it.
Excellent choice.
Yeah, I'm very, very excited for this. So yeah, you got 6 months, and we're gonna meet back in December, and we are gonna challenge each other a Pokemon battle.
Yay.
So until then,
but until next time, I'll see you at Bazaars.
Alola. See you, Bazaars.